borders of Babylon. There we sat down, yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion.
Khan, and this is dealing with Israelites going into captivity in Babylon, all right? Go ahead.
We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
Khan, so harps is a musical instrument, all right? So when you're playing music, usually, you know, that's to change your mood, to make you in a happy state. But this is called the willows, right? This is called the willows. He said we hang our harps on the willows. So he's dealing with those trees. They call them weeping willows. And if you look at a weeping willow tree, it looks like it's sad because the leaves are hanging down, you know. So it's a metaphor for, you know, the state of mind that these captives were in, right? The Israelite who were taken away captives into Babylon. Go ahead.
Going on.
Oh, and then actually, you want to pull out? You got it. Okay. Ezekiel 1:1.
Ezekiel 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 30th year and the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Kibar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of power.
Khan, and so you know, these Israelites at this time, they knew who the enemies were. All right, right now Israel don't know who the enemy is, right? They're over here as in captivity, but they're all in cahoots. All these 2/3 is in cahoots with Esau, you know. But in these times, hey, all people knew who the enemy was, and they were in captivity. And the brother just read out Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel was. Read that last part, please.
It says, as I was among the captives by the river of Kibar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of power.
Khan, so those visions of power Yahweh was giving Ezekiel, you know, think about it. If you're in captivity, you just got brought in captivity, and it's like when we're gonna in Jacob's trouble. Hey, some of us are gonna be placed in FEMA camps. You know, we're gonna see visions in those times because our spirit is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a stressful time for the house of Jacob. So we're gonna Yahweh's gonna give us visions in Jacob's trouble.
And that vision that he had there was of Yahweh Shai being taken up to the chariot. If you get the
Acts
in the
9.
KJV, it's actually of him being baptized and being taken up into glorifying.
I got a quick step back.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 24, verse 8. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth.
Khan, that was what I was going to ask you to pull out, so that's good.
Oh, Khan, do you want me to keep going?
No, that was it. I wanted 8. That's it. Okay, I lost my page. Want to go back to Psalms?
Khan, yeah, this is Psalms 137, and continuing on verse 3. It says, for there they that carried us away captive required us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Khan, so when they did that, this is nothing new under the sun. Same thing now. You know, all of the Israelites in captivity. Hey, who's the best entertainers? Who's the people that sells out the home box office? You know, movie theaters.
It even shows that in the movie. I forget what movie I was watching, but it was a scene from a movie. You know, it might have been a black and white movie, but they were saying the same things. They had Jake working, and they were telling him, they're like, hey, pick up your head, sing us one of them nigga work songs. And they start singing, and all of a sudden Esau gets into it, and Esau starts singing. And but you know, just showing you exactly this verse, night, man, the prophecy being fulfilled.
Just last night, you had the UFC fight. You had John Jones fighting Dominic Reyes, 2 Jakes. You know, nobody's gonna pay all that money to go watch 2 Edomites fight.
No, that's all drama too. Yesterday I was watching where he was getting weighed with Anthony Johnson. And they played Dana for food.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they act like they're going to fight each other, and then all of a sudden they're hugging and kissing. That shows that's all set up and fake. I mean, you know, it's real fighting, but really it's a setup. It's like WWE.
The talent's real, but a lot of it's just set up.
Yeah.
You know, but because you ain't. The point is, you ain't gonna pay no big money to go watch two Edomites fight. You know? No, it's Jake that fills up these arenas, and Jake that fills up these NFL stadiums, and also, you know, even the comedians. You know, who's the hottest comedians? All Jakes. You know.
And the only thing that makes Edomite comedians funny is their lack of salt.
And they have to make fun.
All these guys.
They have to crack on their own self, you know, to make people laugh.
Are they mock reality?
Yeah.
You know? Like that Kramer. Kramer's a stand-up comedian that hates Jake.
Yeah, that's because they're all Amalek.
Yeah, Amalek.
Yeah. Ak, you want to bring out Ezekiel 26:8? Okay.
Ezekiel 26. It says in verse 8, he shall slay with the sword thy daughters in the field, and he shall make a fort against thee, and cast a mount against thee, and lift up the buckler against thee.
I think maybe I wrote it down wrong, but that's okay.
I might have the. Yeah, that's the one I got.
Go ahead and continue on at 137.
Going on 137 in verse 3, or verse 4. How shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land?
So at this time, Israel, they knew this was a strange land, right? They were like, hell no, we ain't gonna be your entertainers. We ain't gonna be your fucking, you know, reason for laughter, your mirth, you know. But now our people are so destroyed. Hey, this is their dream in life, to be one of these NFL players, or be an entertainer, or you know,
be an Edomite.
Have that Edomite mentality, you know. And really, that's what they are. If you're not in this truth in 2020, hey, you're as good. You are an Edomite. You know, if you're a so-called black man, so-called Mexican, so-called Native American, and you know you're not in this truth, well, hey, you are an Edomite, right?
Just like Ezra called the congregation of Israel heathens.
You're uncircumcised, you know, and you're gonna die, and you're gonna be a sacrifice to Yahweh, a burnt sacrifice.
Going on verse 5. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning.
And that word cunning means knowledge, purpose, or work, right? So David's saying, hey, if I'm that bad and I forget about Jerusalem, then hey, you know, take away all my knowledge, take away all my work. You know, I'm good as nothing. I'm useless.
That's why Jake's on welfare right now, because they don't have no skills. The only skills is, you know, everything else but paying bills.
Yep, doing the stinky leg.
Yeah.
Ak, you want to bring out or actually, let's see. Go ahead and read that verse 6. Grab Ezekiel 3:26.
Verse 6. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem, a love, my chief joy.
So David said, hey, if I forget Jerusalem, you know, if I'm that bad, then just make me dumb, meaning I can't speak, right? Let my tongue cleave to my mouth, right? Because that's what that word dumb means. It means you can't talk, right?
And that's prophecy, because those 2/3 are going to be nuked, and their tongue is going to burn in their mouth.
Beautiful.
Ezekiel 23 verse 3?
No, 3 verse 26.
Okay. Ezekiel 3 verse 26. It says, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house.
Yahweh's like saying, hey, you guys are turning away from me, your true power. Well, guess what? I'm gonna make you dumb. I'm gonna hide this truth from you. All right? I'm gonna. The forefathers slept on this truth. All right? And then he said, you will not be a reprover, meaning you're not gonna be able to edify the people of Israel, the sons of Israel.
Yeah, he's talking to the prophet.
Khan.
Let me get a precept. Right?
Go ahead.
Isaiah 1 verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for Yahweh has spoken. I have nourished and brought up sons, and they have rebelled against me.
Khan.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider.
Khan, and the ox is a dumb animal. That's why they have that term, dumb as an ox. But yet he knows who his master is. So what's that saying for you Jakes?
Yeah, you're dumber than an ox.
Khan, you don't even know who your master is. And this is the living power of Yahweh talking about you. All right?
And
it's not us.
If I could bring out that precept on that Ezekiel 1,
Khan,
because
bring it out.
that shows the separation between the elect and those 2/3. The elect have vision.
Khan.
The 2/3 are walking dead.
Khan.
They can't see no farther than their face.
Khan.
It says, this is the vision of Ezekiel
They can't
1.
see no farther than to the moment that they're in.
Right. They're all in themselves. Matthew 3 verse 16. And Yahweh Shai, when he was baptized, which we're being baptized,
Khan, meaning submerged in this truth.
right, went up straight away out of the water. So he was what you call alien abduction.
Khan.
And lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of Yahweh descending like a dove, which is the chariot, and lightning upon him. So all these people witnessed Yahweh Shai be taken up to a chariot, and then lightning upon him, which if you go into that word upon him means above him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
Khan.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're telling him, hey, this is Yahweh Shai.
Khan. And we're a delight to Yahweh for us to be out here doing this.
Right. On the rivers, bro. And really, we're on the rivers of the modern day.
Khan.
Because that Kibar, that's a river in Babylon. And this Sheridan is a main drive in Babylon today.
Khan. And I got a precept on what you just brought out. This is Acts 1 and 9. This is speaking of Yahweh Shai. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And what's that cloud? The cloud is the chariot, right? When you go into Psalm 104 and 3, it tells you that Yahweh maketh the cloud his chariot, right? And while they looked steadfastly, in verse 10, toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, dealing with 2 angels, right? Meaning white as in pure, right? Because that's what we're out here doing. We're making ourselves pure, you know, because we're in here doing these submerging, like the brother said, baptized in this truth. And then verse 11, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
See, and the angels had to minister to him. When they're looking up, they're in amazement.
God,
and they're like, why are you amazed?
God.
This is your future too.
God.
You know, we got the same lot as Yahweh Shai to be taken up into the chariot.
And what did he say? He said, hey, the way he left, he's coming back that way.
Yeah.
Because when we see Yahweh Shai crack the clouds, hey, there's going to be chariots all up in the sky. You know?
Well, you know what it is? Being in Babylon, you lose that mentality. You get a Western mentality.
God, you in a slumber, you know? We're back to 137 now. Psalms.
Going
We're
back.
on 7.
Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh,
Jeremiah 49:7.
the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
That's our chief enemy, all right? Psalm 83 and 2 give you the list of all your enemies, Israel. And they're very starting out with Edom, all right? And right here they said, bring that out again, 7.
Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Because they were cheering that destruction of Jerusalem on, those Edomites.
Yeah, that word raise it goes to the Hebrew meaning make bare.
They're
saying make it bare to the foundation, tear everything up.
They wanted us to be destroyed, and they still want us destroyed. All right?
Titus Arch in Rome, they have that Arch of Titus, which actually shows them in the act of destroying the temple.
You want to bring out Jeremiah?
Yeah,
and then hold bring out Lamentations 4:21 and 2.
Jeremiah 49 verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
And Teman, that's dealing with those Germans, right? And the prudent, the word prudent means to think about, to consider the future, right? So you want to read that again, huh?
God. And you got to remember, Trump's a German too.
God.
It says in verse 7.
And he's an Edomite.
Right. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
God.
Which it is. They're losing their mind right now.
God, and they're a divided house, you know? Because you had the State of the Union address about a week ago, and you had a Democrat, Nancy Pelosi, ripping up the paperwork, you know, and then you had Trump, and they're at battle, you know? It's a divided house.
Right.
So their counsel is perishing.
Right. Let me get it set.
God.
Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
Because you got now Putin, and pretty soon that they're going to get involved, you know?
It's like horseplay.
It's already stirring up, you know? And then you had UN made their official Brexit was England, Great Britain leaving the UN, you know? So all of these prophecies are faithful and true. All right, it's all been written. But you Jakes, like we brought out earlier, you're too fucking stupid. You're in slumber. You don't see the prophecies that the servants out here are able to break down. All right?
It says, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Khan, and that's spiritual. You said Teman, because that's their wise men. That's their strong. The strongest Edomites are those Germans. But you know, the elite, those are those Amaleks. You know, and fake Jews.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, and to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
God, and that's what you see happen. It's all manifesting as we speak. You know, Esau is falling apart at the seams. All right.
Let me get one more verse. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
God, now violence against your brother. So it's balanced. You know. You've had oppression. You destroyed the sons of Israel. You know, you Edomites. You hunt us down in the streets. You know, with your centurions, modern day police officers. You know, you hunt us in our neighborhoods. But it's all going to come back on you, so-called white people. You know.
I was going to say, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Why do you think that they forgot who we were? Because Esau beat it out of us. They made us forget our name, forget our city, forget where we came from, and gave us these names, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
Our people became dumb as an ox. Right. You know?
They still have articles out there where they show where they take Gad out, the parents, and then all the children, they have them in those schools, and they're beating the crap out of them until they get into what they want them to learn.
Hey, paybacks are a bitch, man.
Right. Like even the casinos, you know, the casinos are supposed to be given to Gad, and really those are terrorists that actually own them.
So those are Edomites who maybe have a mom who's a Israelite, Gadite, you know.
Like even Trump, if you go into the history of Trump, you know his mom's most likely an Israelite. His mom is Scottish, and she was a slave in a hotel that Trump's dad owned.
And his name is Frank Trump. I was just going in on that yesterday. Frank Trump, he was associated with the KKK, you know, showing you, and that's why during that State of the Union address last week, you know, that's how blatant Esau is. You know, they're going to give the Medal of Honor to that punk Rush Limbaugh, who is Yahweh is putting him to death right now because Rush Limbaugh has cancer, a dirty ass Edomite, and he's known to hate the so-called Mexicans, the so-called Negroes, you know. So Yahweh's putting that fool to death as he's getting honored by his temporary king of Babylon, you know.
Yeah, and they're getting sloppy because Trump actually admitted that they're the Roman Republic. At the speech of State of the Union at the end, he actually says, "This is our inheritance from our ancestors who created the greatest republic ever, and we're making it better." Why? Because it's wounded head that lived.
Who else would it be, man? Who else would it be?
Yeah.
And that's beautiful you brought that out, because you know what? At the end of all his speeches, I've been noticing, because the Spirit's been on me to watch Trump's speeches. He always says, he talks about the children, right? He says every child is a gift from God. Well, we're about to get in on that. What Yahweh says about these children and their fate, especially these Edomite children. All right. So bring out Lamentations.
It's Lamentations 4 and verse 21. Turn thou us unto thee, O Yahweh, and we. Oh, Slovakia, that's fine.
Okay.
Slovakia. This is Lamentation 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked.
So that's manifesting right now. Hey, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's gonna drink off the same cup, like the brother said. Hey, the oppression that you put on your brother Jacob, it's gonna hit you. You're gonna drink off that cup also, all right? And you're gonna be naked. Esau is being revealed to who he really is now. His shame is coming upon him, all right? He's being revealed naked, as the brother said. Hey, Trump admitted that they're the extension of Rome, that they're the same people, the Romans, right? We didn't have those thoughts when we were in slumber. We didn't say, oh, these fucking Americans are the Romans that killed Yahweh Shai, you know? But now
you wanted to be an American, you know?
We was proud to be an American when we was in darkness. And it's a mercy that Yahweh brought us out of that. Come out of her, my people.
And you know what? That whole proud to be an American state of mind is something that's dying, man. You know, you only see that in the most conservative households anymore.
Even these American Edomites are basically the Democrats. They're like shameful because of the arrogancy and the way of these Republican Edomites. You know,
the two horns. It speaks as a
two
dragon.
Horns. Yep.
Divided two horns nation. As a lamb, but he speaks as a dragon.
And what does it say? A house divided is going to fall. You know, and that's what's going to happen to America.
I gotta say,
there's a billboard by the highway by Abraham. It says it's a quote by Abraham Lincoln, but I mean it's a scripture. But he's quoting that a nation divided cannot stand.
And really, that's when the nation really became divided. Because remember, they assassinated Abraham Lincoln just like they did Kennedy to get something done. Go ahead, brother. Here, I found it. It came back. So, this is Isaiah 13, verse 6. How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs, which we are those pangs, which means messengers of pain, and sorrows.
Prophets of doom.
Yeah. Shall take hold
Trump
of
brought
them.
that up too, the prophets of doom.
Right. And the sorrows are the signs. There's biblical. I heard multiple Edomites talking about this is a biblical event. Like, you know, with the plague, with Australia.
Locusts.
Locusts in Africa.
And it was also somewhere else. There's a lot of countries and nations being plagued by locusts right now.
Right.
Which is an ancient plague, you know.
And it says, they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. I mean, they're going to turn red.
Redder than they already are.
Yeah. Bro, could you imagine the what do they call it? The fiery serpents? The fiery flaming serpents? The History Channel, they have a documentary that the elders shared, and it showed, they said, when those nukes go off, people are going to be using their phone to videotape them. And they're going to be sharing them, and that's biblical.
God.
That everybody's
Everyone's
gonna
see it. Yeah.
Yep.
God.
And then people are gonna die from seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the sight alone, and then on top of that, the chariots and and the Leviathan, and all. There's gonna be all kind of destruction. Man.
That's if you escape the famine.
God.
And it's funny because every 2/3 Edomite's gonna be clawing tooth and nail to reach the point of nuclear destruction, man. Just to have a little bit of prolonged season of living, man, and not only that, but suffering. It ain't like it's gonna be a walk to the park to the nuke.
Oh no, they said in that episode, the bombs they used in Japan were only 3% of the power today.
Yeah, those are atomic warfare, man.
Yeah.
This is nuclear warfare.
Con. And then when they show demonstrations or videos of like nuclear bombs going on, then you have all that energy, that radiation that once the bomb hits right here, but all that shit just overtakes everything around it, man. So this shit is gonna be. You better hope you're a man of Yahweh in that day, and you hope you're chosen in that day. Yep. And that's what we're doing out here. We're out here because we fear that. We want to be taken up in a chariot like Yahweh Shai. We don't want to have the fate of the Sodomites and Gomorrah.
Right? Because really, when you get down to it, that nuclear fire, that's Yahweh's presence.
Con.
And let me get this up. It says
His presence will shake the earth and melt the mountains.
God.
They're gonna die at seeing him, bro. It says, and this word yet once. Oh, I'm sorry. Hebrews 12 verse 27. And this word yet once more signifieth the removing of those things that are shaken, as of things that are made, that those things which cannot be shaken may remain.
God, the prophets.
Right.
The 1/3.
Well-grounded, man.
Wherefore, we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace, whereby we may serve Yahweh acceptably with reverence and godly fear. For our power is a consuming fire.
God.
Nuclear destruction.
And right now it's our words. It's a low level. We're spitting fire out our mouth to these heathen, to these 2/3. Because when they come to a camp, if they actually hang out for a couple minutes, well, now they got to go home and lay down and their head down, and it torments them. Because this is fire coming out of our mouth. And what is it? It's this truth. It's the Bible.
Right.
We're not using our
hot,
own,
bro.
God,
we're actually hot. That's why we're able to stand
cold
out here.
Yeah,
we're on fire. Yahweh's with us, man.
God.
He sent Yahweh Shai, who is the light of the world. And what did Yahweh say? You are the light of the world, so shine before man.
God.
Isaiah 3?
13. Did you read 22 too?
Nope.
Go ahead and read
Isaiah 13?
13.
Okay.
This is Lamentation 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
God, and this American captivity is the last captivity, man, according to these scriptures. He will never no more carry us away into captivity. All right? Because guess what? We're going to inherit the kingdom, the Israelites. All right? And all you 2/3 and you heathen, well, you 2/3 are going to get the kingdom, but you heathen are going to be our slaves in the kingdom.
And really,
shackles.
There's a date set. When he put Esau in the caves, there was a date for him to be released. When we went into captivity, it was already preordained for us to come out at a certain day. Only Yahweh knows that day, but that day is drawing near.
Closer than we all think.
Can I get one step up?
Con.
Revelation 20 verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, the angel being Yahweh Shai, having the key of the bottomless pit, which is the future, and a great chain in his hand, which is when he put him in the dark ages. When he put him in the caves, he had a date set that they were supposed to have a beast system come out of Europe, EU. So, like, once again, like when you go to prison here in America, you go to prison, they give you 25 years. You got a date, a release date already set.
And also, like you brought out in the past, hey, the brother brought it, when you go to prison, you get a sentence. What do? They say, hey, you got 25 years and 3 + 3 lives, sentences, because they understand regeneration. You know,
Yeah.
if Esau could, he would put you right back in prison if he knew you were that set.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? As a baby, he'd throw you out or kill you or whatever. You know.
But he changed the laws to keep himself out.
God.
You know, like the opioid epidemic. They condemned Jake with heroin. But then with Esau, does it? Oh, it's a sickness, it's a disease.
Or with the weed. Or with the weed. How many people can't get a job because they got a weed charge on their
how many guys are still in prison for that shit, and it's legal majority throughout the world.
And now Esau's banking and making money off it, and it's no big deal for Esau to flourish with that here in Colorado.
Really, that's what's going on in China. If you look at it, America made a deal that they can't afford with China. So what they did is, coronavirus, that shit is on them from Esau. Esau's putting that shit on them because they're heathens. The curses are on us. If we eat bat soup, that shit fucks us up. Heathens aren't dealt with just like us. That's why
they're
Esau could
to
be.
That shit,
Yeah, they
they've
could
been
make
eating
them
that
stronger, bro.
They've been eating that nasty shit since. They've been eating that nasty shit since the beginning.
Yeah, they eat bat soup and they get muscle. We eat bat.
That's protein for a Moabite.
Yeah. Jake eat bat soup, you'll die from that. And now that Edomite, those Moabites, they're begging Trump for mercy on that bill because they got I think it's like a $500 billion bill with America now for produce from America. And what does he do? He plagues them, right? They got Canadians and Americans in there.
They were out there in the streets protesting,
right?
And now that they got that coronavirus, the people that's halted because they're scared they're gonna get that shit.
Yeah, it's shut down, bro.
Yeah.
So who's gonna start buying China's shit?
Nobody.
So guess what? What does it say in Revelation 13? He's gonna make the world worship that beast. He's gonna make all these nations in subjection to take that shit.
Too, because the last 3 Moabites that I told them that who they were according to the Bible, and guess what because when you start to get a little dialogue with them, say, oh yeah, because you think they're gonna say they're Buddhists or something, right?
Right.
And what are you? Oh, I'm Catholic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're drinking off that fucking Babylonian wine.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, America's already in there, bro. It used to be a forbidden city, not no more.
God.
You want me to get to Isaiah 13?
God, yeah.
It says, Isaiah 13, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Khan, and who's the banner? It's the prophets, right?
It's Israel, really.
Khan,
you know?
Khan, but we're the head of Israel, you know? So we're out here, that banner, going among these nations and tell them who they are. You know, we tell them more about who he is in the Bible. You know, we tell a fucking Edomite who he is in the Bible. We tell our own people, and they're the most stubborn. They want to stay as a fucking Native American or black man or Mexican, Chicano pride. You know.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And when you go into the name Israel, you gotta go into Yahweh. Yahweh Shai. You can't just stay, I'm an Israelite and you're calling on Jesus.
Yeah.
That don't go together. Those are two oxymorons.
That's still Jake. Jake had to become Israel, you know?
It says, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger.
God, who is his sanctified ones? The ones preaching this truth, the ones who learned this Bible.
And those nukes are actually a people to Yahweh too. Even them that rejoice in my highness, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. The noise, they come from a far country, from the land of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
And what are those weapons of indignation? We've been going in on it the whole time. Is those missiles.
Right. Let me get it set, Bach.
Indignation means righteous hatred, right? Because it's going to be righteous for those missiles to hit all these heathen in these 2/3. You know, that's not a wicked thing. A Christian, if you tell a Christian that, he looks at that as a wicked thing or a bad thing. No, you fuckers are polluting the truth, and so it's righteous for you to die in those missiles.
This is Joel 2 verse 6. Before their face the people shall be much pained, All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks.
God, and that's those missiles, you know, running like mighty men. They're not going to break their ranks. They're not going to miss their targets. These missiles are GPS controlled. All right, they can hit exactly where they want it to hit because of that technology.
God,
you know?
let me get two more. Verse 10, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
God, and right now the sun's barely trying to peek out right now. In this day, the scriptures say that we're going that these heathen, they're going to be, and these 2/3, they're going to be groping like a blind man in daylight, in the daytime. You know, meaning feeling your way around. You know, you ain't going to be able to see shit when those missiles hit because that earth is going to be flipped. The dirt, all the elements are going to be in the air.
Yeah. And the ones that live are going to be on the other side of the earth. They're the ones that are going to wail because that great city, the judgment of that great city. It says, and Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible. And who can abide it? Like, who could survive that nuclear destruction?
Terrible.
And the only and the only ones that are gonna abide it are the ones who are saved in this truth. You know, the 1/3, and starting out with the 144,000 prophets of Israel, the men.
Right. Going back to that first verse you saw, how are we going to be saved from it? From the chariot, just like Yahweh Shai was taken up. He's going to take us up. Yahweh willing. Going to carry on to Isaiah 13.
Yeah. How long is that chapter? That's why I said
go back. It says Isaiah 13, verse. It says, I'll start at 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
They come from a far country. That's why they're called intercontinental ballistic missiles, because they're going to be shot from one continent to the other continent. All right? And a lot of those missiles, it says from the heavens, because a lot of those nuclear warheads, they're actually in the heavens, and they're just ready for that button to be pushed.
Yeah, they said there's actually two styles. One that burst in air, and then ground burst. And those ground bursts were invented for like the mountains. You know how they got that NATO, or what is it? NORAD. Yeah, they said they got ground bursts when they hit. They drill into that ground and explode. It says, "Howl ye for the day of Yahweh," and that's why the earth is going to get kicked up. Just think about that. A bunch of nukes
shaped like a drunkard.
Yeah. "Howl ye for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames."
Who's going to abide that? Who's going to abide that destruction? You know? Nobody but the chosen. Right, but the elect, right? You see these police right here hunting down Jake. That's gonna be their. That's that balance, you know. You ain't gonna have to worry about the police that day.
Those are coon dogs. It says in verse 9, "Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be..."
You ain't going to be able to see the constellations or the sun or the moon. All right, like the brother said, the dirt is going to be up in the sky. You're going to be groping at noonday, you know?
Oh, and that light, they said even if you're not in the kill zone, that light is so bright, it'll blind you.
Yeah, they said it melt your eyes.
Yeah.
So
you're going to be in darkness. and horrific sounds are what you're gonna hear at the same time.
It's gonna be terrible.
That
like
was
the
a
brother
plague
said.
that Egypt suffered, the darkness, and they were plagued with apparitions.
Brimstone and fire, like
Mhm.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
It says, "And the moon shall not cause her light to shine, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease."
And that's Esau Edom, right? That's dealing with Esau Edom, because you are the most arrogant nation on the planet, you so-called white people, all right? Your damn president, all he does is praise himself when he gives his speeches.
Oh, bro,
You know?
did you see him on the last of the State of the Union? Everybody's shaking his hand. They're like, "Oh, Mr. President, you did a brilliant job,
yeah, I
brilliant."
did
Oh,
see
sir, getting autographs and
Oh, they
shit.
love him.
Bro, and I'm with the Tahar with that. I believe he's Nero.
God.
Because they said that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
made him go crazy,
God.
was that pride.
God.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and Nero was out of control, man. That dude
Yeah.
was fucking men, fucking women. He was
His mother.
He was an orgy. He was a walking orgy. you
And
know?
really, who's Trump's mother? It's America.
And he was like Trump too, a celebrity.
Yeah.
Because Nero was known for being, because back in those days the theater was big. You
Yeah.
know? And he was one of those theatrical actors. you
Yeah,
know?
Trump
That's
was
all
in
he-
WWE.
God, and that's all he's in. He's in even Home Alone.
Home
you know?
Alone, yeah.
You know, he's in a bunch of movies. He makes
Yeah,
cameos
Apprentice.
and shit. So I wouldn't doubt if that's Nero
I don't know he was
again.
in
You know?
Yeah.
I found out like about a couple months back.
It says, "And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a
But
man."
not just any man. This is a man who knows this truth. All right? And I know Edomite is going to be precious in that day. You know? It's going to be the men who know the truth are going to be more precious than fine gold of Ophir.
No, because you saw Esau, their forefather, when he was hungry, he said, "I'm going to faint."
Gosh.
He had no faith.
God,
You know?
God.
This
He's to the point where he said, "Hey, what the fuck do I want my birthright for?
Hey.
You know, just give me some food."
Shit, if he had
You
a
know?
wife, he'd sell her for the fucking
God.
bloody meat, you know?
God, he let his wife sleep with another man over just to live.
Right?
You know,
It says,
no fucking integrity.
no.
Esau has no integrity. See,
And you know what? They're smart. Like hunting dogs, they're smart, right? With hunting. But with other, a dog is just a dog, bro.
God.
You know? It says, "I will make a man more precious than gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir," American gold. "Therefore, I
And
will."
Ophir was like the Panama Canal where they trade. That's what Ophir was in the ancient time. It was where they would do their merchanting, their trading, their bartering.
Right. And which today is America, because how did everybody get rich?
John,
off
this
the-
is the merchant world.
Yeah.
You know,
This is the consuming world. I
full
just
of
saw,
delicacies.
on my way down here, I was listening to a report on the purchasing. They said in December, people were maxing out their credit cards, right? And it's like in billions of dollars of debt, pretty much in 1 month of credit.
God.
Not cash purchases, credit purchases.
God.
You know?
Esau's a sick soul, man. He'll do an Illuminati sacrifice. What's Kobe Bryant, just so he could raise his NBA jersey sales.
Yeah, and
You know?
me myself, I think that was to P Diddy, because you know when P Diddy was talking shit about the Grammys,
I didn't see it, but I heard the others.
and then they
talking
gave
about
Kobe Bryant a Grammy, and he's not a
okay.
musician or nothing.
it. Oh, okay.
And P Diddy was talking shit that they don't respect the hip hop world.
God.
They said, therefore, and you know what's funny is Kobe just left the Catholic Church right before he
He
died.
did. I did a sit down on that. Yeah, showing you our people are in darkness, and hey,
Right.
Yahweh's gonna fuck you up. That's just one. He took away your one of your idols, in Kobe Bryant, and just like the brother said, him and his little girl were in a Catholic church, and who was the priest? It was a Moabite.
That's why woe to Asia.
God.
Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as
Are you
the...
in 13 still on?
Yeah,
God.
verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee,
God.
every one into his own land.
God. So right now, you Moabites are deep in that Catholic church, Yeah, right. The brother just said, hey, everyone's going to turn to their own people, you know, because that's going to be your only, you know, hope, protection, which is going to be a false sense of hope, because those missiles are still going to get your ass. Starting out with Edomites,
and that's truly happening right now. Because the rich Edomites, they're already moving back to Switzerland, Norway, all that shit.
God.
You know?
And a lot of, you know, especially the elite, you know, they know the destruction's coming. They're preparing their bunkers, and they're getting ready for this thing to pop off.
Yeah, even that Trump's in the know, you know, and he's really. They show that in that movie 2012, where they're all buying the seat for billions of dollars. You know, it says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
These are those Edomite, you know, and the heathen, and the 2/3. But guess what? What does Trump always say? Like I said, at the end of his speeches lately, he says, every child is a blessing from God. Yep. And that's all that deception, right? And you all got all these 2/3 in their emotions, and he said he's a man of God. You know, we love Trump. Prosperity. He's a Christian, you know, and it's all a big deception, because read that last verse again,
It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
So these missiles and Yahweh's wrath is not going to have no fucking you know, remorse. He's not gonna, he's one of his titles is the Lord of Terrors, right? Yep. He's not going to, you know, you Christians and all you people in slumber, you think it's such a wicked thing for children to die, and women and pregnant women and old people. But hey, it's going to be a righteous thing for all of that destruction to come upon this wicked place. Right. You know?
You got to remember, this is going to be happening before those nukes. They bring out that chip, and they're talking that RT News. You see RT News? They said that it's a 70% chance that 3 to 6 months the dollar's going to crash, literally, because the Feds.
That lines up with ID 2020.
Right,
you know?
And then the Feds, bro, they've been pumping money into the economy, the stock, billions, hundreds of billions of dollars right now. So not knowing it, in a year, even if it don't happen this year, in a year this dollar ain't gonna be worth shit, because you got another $200 billion out there, which makes your dollar much more less.
And they already have the system set up to support that microchip.
Yeah.
You know, the cop cars, the airports, you know,
trains.
You know, some of these corporate jobs, you know, they're set. It's all set up.
All you gotta do is go walk down the metro area of your state that you live in, man, and you're gonna see RFID.
They have the buses,
technology.
Right? Isn't the light rail and stuff?
The buses. Yep. Certain
all
doors.
that stuff set up for the microchip.
The one where we parked for camp, you gotta show it like something to scan now to get back in the doors.
Yeah, I did food deliveries at most of these apartments. You got a fob, which it would be nothing to put a chip in your hand to open your apartment up. You know? It says in verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver as for gold. They shall not delight in it. And if you see that, it's the corruption. It says, which shall not regard silver and as for gold. Because what do they do with gold and silver? Buy them off. Yeah. They're not going to take no payoffs.
They're not going to be that way.
No, they're tired of this place. In fact, they were talking about NATO, right? NATO said, who's our enemy now? And they said, Russia, obviously, is it? China. And now all of a sudden they got a plague in China?
And Esau's being made small among the heathen too, you know?
Yeah. That's why they're going to hate America, because it's all, you know what? Fuck you, America. We're tired of this shit. You make us look like, because right now China's being vexed, bro. Those Chinese, I saw a thing where these Chinese college people, they're crying like little bitches because they're being like persecuted, like nobody wants to sit by them because they got, hey, you got corona, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know?
You notice the Moabites over here too, they're always wearing masks too.
Yeah.
even more so than before.
Right. So that puts them like a prejudice, bro.
Yeah, well, that's spiritual you said that, because Go ahead.
No, I was at a college campus the other day, and you had Moabites walking around in there. Every time it was a Moabite, he had his face covered.
Right. And that makes him look guilty.
Yeah, I know.
At my job last week, everybody was sick. And the way you said that is spiritual.
Oh, because, yeah, everybody's getting
because everybody had a cold, you know, and the only one, and he may be an Israelite because he's a Philippine, but he's the closest thing that we had at that job to a Moabite. But he had for 2 weeks he's been walking around with a mask on his face.
So he's the talk of the house, bro. You know that, being Asian. And then
Con.
So they're hating that. It says in Isaiah 13 verse 18.
That's the spirit for him to walk around with that mask. Because he ain't took it off, man. And he's the closest thing we got.
And they got people that died over there. It's like
Moabite.
35 people or something like that have.
In the Philippines.
Yeah, they got it, but only a couple people.
And really though, it is a plague. This coronavirus, but at the same time, it's being built up for fear, more than anything, because I was reading numbers, and the numbers that the flu kills outnumbers the coronavirus by a lot. You know what I mean? So this is just some propaganda being pushed on on these nations, with this coronavirus.
And really, it probably killed more people than we really even are hearing about.
God.
Because they're putting those Chinese into fucking subjection to take that chip. And how do you get them to take that chip?
Fear.
Yeah, you bend their arm.
Yep.
It says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children.
God, those missiles.
These missiles ain't gonna say, "Oh, you know what? She's 5 months pregnant."
Yeah, let's turn around.
Pull out.
Yeah.
What's that verse in the Apocrypha that says, "Once the arrows are shot, you can't bring them back."
Oh, like that. Have you seen that movie with
Hungry Lion?
The Rock with Nicolas Cage, and they're messing with those nerve gas, and he shoots a missile, and he's like, "Pull out." The missile just fucks that dude up, bro. Throws his ass into the ocean.
Yeah, you're not gonna turn back these weapons of indignation. There's no turning back or saying, "Hey, let's bring them back." Change their mind.
And really, no bunker will save you. Those everything's.
Well, some of these elite are gonna live through that bunker though.
On the other side of the world.
Then we're gonna hunt them down.
Yeah. Yeah, on the other side, not these low level Americans. It says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, which they were witches, the excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah."
But it's going to be way worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, right? But how did Sodom and Gomorrah get destroyed? The fire and brimstone.
Well, you got to think about it, man. If this is going to be the greatest victory that we've ever had, then the enemy's got to be the greatest enemy, man. Sodom and Gomorrah was just an example of what would be happening today, man.
Just like Egypt.
An hors d'oeuvre.
Yahweh raised up the excellency and the power of Egypt to destroy it. And how much more so Babylon, America?
It's actually going to be a holy day for the rest of eternity.
A Holocaust. Holy fire.
Yahweh,
True Holocaust.
He's a consuming fire. He's holy. And that's all by his will.
Yeah, that's when you're about to see the real, true Holocaust, man.
And that's why
Amalek's going to be involved in it again.
It says, and verse 20, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation." Because talk about massive destruction, man. "Neither shall the Arabian pitch their tent there, neither shall the..."
You can't go into a place after ICBM's been dropped and inhabit it.
And start living there.
You have too much
because you got that nuclear energy that just continues forever.
Look at Chernobyl. Chernobyl. The people who lived there when that happened, and the descendants of them are all fucked up now. They're like people growing with no eyeballs. You just have all sorts of weird shit going on, man. That's why that land's uninhabitable. They shouldn't be living there.
That nuclear energy, it doesn't need to be recharged or regenerated.
No, it's always producing.
It's always producing, and then that's why these elites, they have these nuclear-powered submarines and shit. Those things don't need to be recharged or regassed.
It's called enriched uranium. And that's when they have a meltdown, is when they don't have water cooling it. It'll literally burn through anything that has it cased in it. Like the nuclear reactor in Japan, they had a meltdown because they lost power and they had water pumping the ocean water around the uranium. And so it pretty much turned all the water into steam, and that uranium burnt right through concrete, steel, whatever they had surrounding it. And robots can't even touch that shit. They'll burn that robot up. So just think, you're having 200 million nuclear missiles detonate over here, bro. This earth is going to be smoking forever.
And the reason is Esau ain't supposed to be touching this stuff anyway, man.
No.
The earth has rejected him. He has no place in messing with uranium.
And that's why the earth is poisoned by it right now. It's in the ocean. It's all over.
Yep. You give a kid too much, man, he's gonna make a mess.
Yep. Trying to pour his own gallon of milk. Fucking milk all over the
that
place.
one. Okay. Want to bring out Revelation 18 and 1?
This is Revelation 18 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily.
Lightened with his glory. That's what the brother was just saying. That, hey, that nuclear, that presence is Yahweh Shai.
Well, the fire is Yahweh, and then Yahweh Shai is coming on the chariot.
God.
So they're both going to be on the scene.
God.
And really, those chariots, when they glow white, that's Yahweh.
God.
You know, that's the same power that raised Yahweh Shai up from the dead.
God. Keep going on. Read down to chapter 20 or verse 21.
Verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
God, that's why Donald Trump is coming in the phrase of "Make America Great Again," right? Because Babylon the Great is going to be fallen soon.
Oh yeah, did you see his new one? It's Keep America Great now.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it got great again.
Well, to these Edomites, it is. Look at they're over here on their cross country.
Esau's living it up, man.
On debt, bro.
And you see, this
is making America great again. Esau,
Yeah.
you know, you don't see no Jakes in this bullshit.
Yeah, this used to be the
we're out here
north side,
doing
man.
the good work. That's the only reason why we're out here, you know.
And theirs is all in credit, bro. Esau's living on credit right now.
Yeah.
God.
You know, their money's no good.
Yeah. Jake's living on ice cubes until that tax money comes in.
Yeah. Oh, I already seen people are getting crazy.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are reporting. Now you think you got a record deal now?
Yeah.
It's only a couple grand. It's gonna go all to your baby mama anyway.
Jake's gonna get a pair of new shoes out of it.
Yeah.
Going on verse 3. It says, For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the king of the earth have committed fornication with her.
God, and all those nations, that's why it's spiritual. Every time I talk to these Moabites and they're telling me they're Catholics, you know. You expect them to say Buddhism or something, but nah, they're Catholics, you know. Because they're drinking off that wine. And they're fornicating with Esau, you know.
Matter of fact, you go out there, what are they going to be wearing? They're going to be wearing pants. They're going to be having some blonde-dyed hair. You were saying you've been out to Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these
Asian
Asian women love these Edomite men, you know.
Yeah, shit. China ain't no different. If you go to Hong Kong, which is part of China now, it's just like America, really. South Korea is nothing but Japanese. North Korea is Chinese. But if you go to South Korea, it's just like fucking America.
God, their McDonald's over there, you know, in China, you know, they love those Moabites love McDonald's.
Oh yeah, bro.
And you know they're probably eating bat Big Macs.
It says Moab has made their daughters whores for Esau.
God.
You notice too, you always see them old Edomites with young Moabite women.
Yeah.
And that goes back to like the Vietnam War and shit, you know.
Oh, bro, they got whitening cream out there, bro. Whitening cream is the number one thing, bro.
Yep.
Because Moab, the Chinese were originally dark-skinned people.
Yeah.
You know.
Verse 4.
I think you still.
Yeah. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Where are all the delicacies and the victuals? Right here in Babylon, you know. You can spend $3 and you know get full off of 3 burgers here, you know. The dollar menu, right? Cheap victuals. You know?
Oh yeah, they just did the McDonald's fry for $1. The large fry used to be like $3, bro. Now they're just giving it for a fucking $1.
God.
You know?
It's all.
And that's to make you think that everything's doing good. Like if you never notice, everywhere you go, there's to hire signs, but the unemployment's real high. Because really, they just got a sign up. They're not actually hiring nobody.
God.
Going on verse 5, it says, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Heavenly Father hath remembered her iniquities.
Con, and they're literally the sins have reached unto the heaven, because you're not supposed to have satellites and nuclear missiles in the skies, you know, in the heavens.
And what did it say? He's remembered their iniquities. So everything that the so-called white man has done here on the planet Earth has been remembered, man. Going all the way back to what they did to us in Jerusalem and
when they were saying raise it, raise
in
it.
Psalms 137. You know? And going back to the further crimes that were here, what they did to Gad, man. The crimes of Geronimo, the crimes of Emmett Till. You see, all of these were things that Esau didn't pay for, man.
Issachar in the cages, splitting up their families, you know.
Yep.
They're still putting that oppression upon our people, you know. Go ahead,
Going on, verse 6, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you. Now, is this not what Psalms 137 was saying?
God.
Dash her little ones against stones too now?
God. You're going to drink from the cup, Esau. Thus saith the Bible.
Brother, if I can say, I was looking up that Moab real quick because we were talking about that with Esau. And Moab made a deal with Balak. Balak was an Edomite. The one that was on the donkey.
Con.
Con, that's right.
Yeah, he was an Edomite and he was dealing with the king of Moab.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And it's all everything spiritual.
Or was it Balaam, huh?
Everything spiritual too.
No, you're right. It's Balak.
Balak, and his dad was Balaam. I don't want to.
That might be right, but I know it's Balak.
Everything's spiritual too, because I like to play basketball. And yesterday I was playing basketball, and you know I see everybody. It's a familiar face on the court. And yesterday, man, the two Moabites that were playing were getting so mad at me, man, because I was, you know, I have to foul every now and then, you know, and I'll give them a hard foul. And Moab was pissed off at me yesterday, man. So it was like, now that we're going in on Moab a little bit today, it's everything spiritual, you know.
Yep.
Go ahead and read off.
Finishing on verse 6, it says, and double unto her according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
God.
So Esau is going to receive
more.
double of everything they've done, man.
God.
That's right. That's why it says that's why you truly know that the wrath of Yahweh is going to be upon the elect, man.
God.
Because we can't really right now. You can't do justice, you know, towards Esau to atone for what they've done, man.
Right.
You know, you can't do that with your flesh and your mind you have now, man. You have to have the king of terrors working with you, man.
God.
Right, let me get this up just to bring
it out.
This is Numbers 22, verse 10. It was Balaam that's the Edomite. Balak is the Moabite king.
Khan.
And
is that the one that was fat and got stabbed?
Balak is the one that rode the donkey. I'm not sure about that part, but Balak is the one that was on the. Balaam was the one that was on the donkey that talked back. The angel was going to kill him, the false prophet.
Because there was also a Moabite, and it just threw the spirit.
Yeah, that's in Judges.
You know what I'm talking about? Where he stuck his sword in his stomach, and he couldn't even pull it out because he was just
so fat. Buddha, bro. Buddha.
Buddha.
I can look that up for you, though, just for edification.
God.
It says, Numbers 22, verse 10, and Balaam said unto Power, Balak the son of Zipporah, king of Moab, has sent unto me, saying. So they were doing bid. I just want to bring out that piece right there. That they were dealing with each other, you know, Moab and Esau.
Yep.
And they were going against who? The Israelites.
Yep.
Because that Edomite, Balaam was leading Israelites astray. He was a false prophet. That's why the angel was going to kill his ass on that donkey.
Yep. But showing you that you can't do nothing against the will of the Most High, man. You see, even with all his righteousness, you know, he couldn't get up and just curse somebody. He could ask for the Most High to curse him, but if it ain't of the Most High's will, man, he couldn't. That's why his curse that he tried to give Israel turned into a blessing, man. You can't do nothing against the elect, you see.
And while we're getting on these heathen,
let me get one more verse up. This is Joshua 24, verse 9. Then Balak, the son of Zipporah, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. So when Moab hates you, what does he do? He calls Esau to fuck with us.
And that is the spirit of a Moabite too. You know,
snitch on you, bro.
Because those Moabites yesterday playing basketball, I've seen them do that to Jake, because the Moabite was arguing with yesterday.
I'm surprised they didn't tell on you.
Well, yeah. Well, see, one of them got slapped by.
What is that menace to society, bro?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for your mama. What, motherfucker?
God.
Then he goes, no problem, just leave. You buy, you leave.
Since we're getting on these
Hurry up,
heathen
Mike.
and Esau together, let me just bring this out. This is Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And that's what Moab does. They lifting up the head, which is Esau, right? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So these Edomites and these Moabites and all these other heathen, they're all confederate, meaning together against the sons of Israel.
Right, United Nations.
Khan.
We don't have a chair in that union.
Khan. Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes. All right?
And the Ishmaelites are the Arabs. All right? The Hagarenes are another form of Arabs.
Khan.
Because Ishmael and Esau married Ishmael's daughter.
Khan.
So they've been in agreement over there forever. That's why you got Arabs in Egypt, when that's actually supposed to be Ham.
Khan.
Or Saudi Arabia. Those are Arabs, but Esau's dealing with them.
Khan.
If you want to go on, bro, read those
Read them
countries. Yeah.
Verse 7. Gebal and Ammon.
Gebal is a form of Edom. Ammon is Japanese.
And Amalek,
Esau.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Which all that is Ham.
Ham, yeah.
Which now you have Ishmael there, but it's Ham too, because Ham's
Right.
against us too.
Khan. Yeah, because what does Ham do? They're in cahoots with Esau. They like their Christians. You know what I mean?
Oh, you still got Jake in slavery over there under Ham. In Africa and in like Ethiopia, India. You got actual Jake still enslaved under them over there. The Philippines, a lot of those are Jake. And they're enslaved in Saudi Arabia. They'll bring them in on visas, and then they'll take all their paperwork and they won't let them leave.
Khan, I seen a video a while back ago, and I didn't think. Not at first, I was like, no, that has to be old. But it's like, no, it was recent, yeah. And yeah, you just see this. I think I'm not too sure if it was a Moabite or what he was. Yeah, there's a Jake, Judite more than likely. But yeah, he was just getting there. They were getting whooped with the stick by him, man. It was like
Tied to a chair. Yeah, that was Elam.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Elam was beating the shit out, and he was a Southern Kingdom Jake. You could see it. He looked just like a brother here. In
Khan,
America.
yeah, that had my like
And he's
blood
just
boiling, man. Yeah, I
knocked
was
him
like,
over, still beating him.
yeah, that had my blood going.
And I
man.
actually know females that are personally,
Oh, here we go.
and they're over there like that. They're sex slaves in Saudi Arabia and shit, bro.
Khan.
See, Elam has to get double for that.
Yeah.
Khan. In verse 8. Assur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. All right, who's the children of Lot? It's those men of the east, those Moabites.
Right, and how did they hope them? America did. Hey, if you help us do this, hey, you could rule next.
Khan.
Or hey, you know what? We'll give you all the deal on the chips. We're gonna chip everybody, but you could make them.
Khan.
You know. And China, if you know Chinese, bro, and Japanese, they don't play with money. That's why I'm really shocked to see them fucking quarantine like that. Because Moab, what do? They work themselves to death. Ammon, they're all about their money. And now all of a sudden they're not working. That don't make sense.
Khan.
It's out of their
It's 'cause of Esau.
nature. You know, it's not
Yeah.
normal.
Khan. It's not their characteristic.
But then in the stock, if you look at the stock, it's going up. How is it going up when there ain't no deals being made?
Khan.
Because
Okay, it's
Esau
cahoots
is
with
promising
Esau.
them, hey, let us do this. We'll go ahead, we'll take care of you, we'll dump money into your
Right.
economy, we'll keep you up. To do what? To put that chip on us.
Yep.
That's what really it's bound to. They want to chip the world, man.
Khan. And I don't know if you've ever seen that movie or that show on Netflix, Colony. You seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And that's all about Jacob's trouble.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, bro, if you look up all the commercials of 2020, the Super Bowl,
Uh-huh.
it's all about 2020's the end. something big is gonna happen in 2020. You got the feeling of 20. You know, it was all just about the end of the Esau's kingdom. And then that weak ass Super Bowl show, that shows their pomp is done, bro. That pomp, fucking Jennifer Lopez is 50 years old, bending over, showing her little stank asshole, right? Shakira, bro, she can't even show her belly. She's all out of weight and shit. Music is outdated. It was, everybody was talking shit about it, bro.
And who is it still, though? Even in a bad state, it's still Jake.
Jake, bro. 50 years old, still shaking that pole dance, bro. Come on. Yeah, but Esau, that's all he got now. That's all he got is Jenny from the block, bro.
And I was watching, I was watching a interview with Jennifer Lopez on Jimmy Fallon, and she was breaking down her Super Bowl performance. And how did she start that performance? She was on top of the Empire State Building, you know, a little structure that looked like the building. And she said, she made the comment, "Oh, women, we're on top of the world right now." You know, and that's the key word, right now.
And which woman though? Jake.
Hey, but you know, and that's a prophecy. I'll make a woman to encompass a man.
Women ruling the household.
Right, they're gonna be real humbled real soon, man.
When
all this shit pops up, that's why I said I'll make a man precious, more precious than fine gold. Because these women are going to understand that their place of power is gone. When shit hits the fan, and it's every man for himself, the only salvation a woman is going to have is going to come by whatever man she's going with. And if it ain't a man of the elect, then you have no salvation.
And these women really believe, like, because they're getting into MMA and shit, they really believe they can kick your ass, bro. We were at the gym, and this guy, he was kind of like trying to flatter this woman, and he's like, hey, he tells me, hey, she's an MMA fighter. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, she probably gets you. And then the girl made the statement, well, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to find out, you know? They literally believe they can kick men's ass.
Then why didn't nobody fight fucking Tank when he offered $10,000 to any female professional fighter?
And I'm thinking, man, if this wasn't Babylon, I would have smacked the shit out that bitch.
You know? That's what, bro. And that's what the elder said. Ain't no elect really going to take these old dirty bitches. You're going to take young, bro, when that day comes.
That's the spirit. Jacob, when he served his uncle Laban, hey, Rachel was the young, pretty one. That's the one he wanted.
Yeah, he didn't want the older one.
Leah. She would have washed up, but she wasn't as good as Leah.
Yeah, you know? She was more. The younger one was fresh.
Oh, I meant Rachel was the better
young one was fresh.
And you got to realize you're gonna be dealing in the spirit too, because right now you think somebody comes up to you 3 months of having been on the rag and not showered, and ain't nobody.
She ain't gonna have
nobody's gonna be trying to take that.
Delicacies of Babylon, you know.
No,
smell her from 3 blocks away.
And that the elder Gabar did that video about the women. Every man a woman lays with, his sperm is in her forever.
DNA, huh?
All the way up to the brain, bro. They said they find the man's DNA in the brain of a woman. Right? So that's
showing you how their mind is fucked up.
Yeah, and that shows that sex is a spiritual thing. You actually be joined as one.
Well, that's why these women are all fucked up, man. Because really, there's nothing left of what they once were.
Well, that's why marriage.
They don't even know who they are.
That's why marriage is sex, all right? Because the word married breaks down to joined together. You know, and when you're chopping a girl, you're joined with her. You know.
That's why it says, "Shall you be joined to a harlot?" Being that we are of Yahweh Shai. You know. Let me grab this Judges, what you were talking about. It says in Judges 3 verse 16, and Ehud made him a dagger which had 2 edges of a cubit length, so it was a big ass knife, and he did gird it under his raiment upon his right thigh, and he brought the present unto Eglon,
the fat Moabite
king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man, and when he had made an end of
that
offer.
Sounds like a Moabite name too, huh?
big old
fat Moabite.
Bunch of little tiny ass little Moabite women. You know, a lot of those are homosexuals too over there.
Oh yeah.
It says, and when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bear the present, but he himself turned again from the quarries and that were by Gilgal, and said, I have a secret errand unto the king, O king, who said, keep silence, and all that stood by him and went out from him. I'll get to the point, verse 21. And Ehud put forth his left hand and took the dagger from his right thigh and thrust it into his belly And
couldn't pull it out because the dude was so fat. He was so fat.
It says, and the haft also went in, meaning that part like this right here.
Yeah.
He opened them up a little bit. It says also went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade.
You got to think about it, man. Everybody's eaten a steak before, so you're eating a steak. You got to do some tearing, but when you bite into a piece of fat, you just teeth sink in. It's like you just bit almost nothing, like a Jello or something.
Right.
So he shoved that knife in, man, and the whole thing.
His hand went in, bro. He fisted that fat fuck, bro. It said, and the fat closed upon the blade, so that
and that's the difference between us servants, the prophets. Hey, because we're visionaries, man. We see this shit. We can see this. You other people, you guys don't even, you can't, you don't have that ability to see these scriptures and picture them in your mind,
And it says, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out.
She got stuck in his belly, bro.
Right.
He said, fuck it. I don't even need this weapon. Go ahead.
All right, that's it.
It. Con. You want to keep reading 18, and then you can do yours?
Con. This is
if I can say real quick, the one that stabbed him was a Benjaminite, judge of Israel, deliverer of Israel from Moab.
There you go. Ehud.
Going on verse.
And that shows we have to be delivered from all these nations, man. Not just Esau, all of them.
And this is so spiritual, this lesson today, because hey, I'm telling you, these Moabites wanted to fight me yesterday. They were so fucking mad at me, bro. And I gave them a little choice words, but try to stay in the spirit as much as we can, in this weak flesh.
Yeah.
Going on verse 7 of Revelation 18. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
You're on 7?
That was 7.
Yeah, let's keep reading. It keeps getting better.
Come. So Esau's going to get a rude awakening, man. Verse 8.
God.
Therefore, shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is Yahweh power, who
the
judgeth
plagues
her.
are coming in one day, man. This isn't gonna, the missiles, once those things happen, it ain't gonna be an ongoing, a year, you're gonna be at war for a year. No, one day, man. Go ahead.
Going on verse 9. And the king of the earth, the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her.
God, you're gonna have these Moabites crying about Esau falling.
When they shall see the smoke of her burning.
God. The Israelites, hey, the men of the truth, we're gonna be rejoicing.
Yep, in the chariot.
We're gonna, from the chariot. God.
That see-through floor.
God, through the glass. God.
That's why they're gonna be the ashes under our feet.
Yep. Go ahead.
Going on verse, or finishing on verse 9. When they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
And that's that. Those are those other people on the other end of the earth, like the brother was bringing out.
That's a fast time too. It takes me 2 hours to get here, and that's faster than that, bro.
Oh yeah, like the elders were bringing out last week. Hey, once them missiles come, if Russia shoots a missile over here, it takes 20 minutes for that ICBM to get here. What you gonna do in 20 minutes?
Yeah,
you can't even get to Thornton in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they even said that the nukes, when they go off, they'd be sending off EMPs. So even if you had a car, you wouldn't
cars
even...
ain't gonna work. Cell phones ain't gonna work. Verse.
So that shows, when they be catching the video, as soon as they start to pop, you're gonna lose all that internet and all that.
You ain't even gonna be able to watch the video.
You see a little glimpse, and then oh shit! Woo!
God. God, you're gonna hear the trumpet.
Uh-huh.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple.
If I can say real quick, brother, this is why you know that coronavirus is Esau's handiwork.
God.
They're all about their money. It just says they're crying because who's gonna buy them all my shit?
Yeah.
You know, why would they jeopardize their own economy with a disease? It's America trying to get everybody into subjection to that beast system.
Yep. And
Go ahead
purple.
and jump down to like 16, once you read that verse that you're reading.
And purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all the manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. And verse 16.
All of this is going to burn. Every element.
Oh yeah.
Fervent heat, you know.
And that marble, bro, a lot of those monuments, like in
God.
DC and all that shit's gonna
Oh,
burn
yeah.
away.
And their fucking Mount Rushmore.
And
You
there's
know,
a
all
few
that
choice
shit.
monuments I've been waiting to see crumble.
Oh yeah, they said I was watching that documentary from
Statue
history.
of Liberty.
They said those like Russia, you know, Russia got certain monuments just on purpose because they despise it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
because of America pride, and they ain't got that. Russia ain't down with that American pride, bro.
God. Oh, they're much different. And you seen last night, because I was watching the UFC. Hey, this little Russian chick, Valentina Shevchenko, man, she's a real tough little bitch, but she fucked up the best America had to offer, you know, the fighter.
And
She
it-
finished her ass quick, man.
Yeah, and that would be as
She
a
beat the
whole,
shit
bro.
out of her. That
As a
chick,
whole.
yeah. And that's that spirit. That's the difference between those Russian Edomites and these American Edomites are weak, man.
Yep. Even that one,
know?
that Arab that came out of the Caucasus Mountain, Habib.
Oh yeah, Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's a different kind of Edomite. You know,
Yeah.
if he's an Edomite, you know.
But even so, that shows what they're dealing with over there, you know?
Khan.
Because they show that in that movie Rocky.
Khan.
Right?
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that
yeah. the
Russian
difference.
soldiers training, bro.
Yeah, like a robot, in training, and they start them out when they're little kids, you know. You know,
Yeah, there was.
it's a different mentality.
He
those
killed
Russian
fucking
Edomites.
Creed's dad, bro.
Khan.
Oh yeah.
Khan.
Yep.
The one in America, he's in the American dream.
Dancing and shit.
I feel
you know?
good.
I didn't even think about that.
God,
It actually just came to me right now, actually,
Yeah.
when I was thinking about it.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's-
yeah, he killed that. Cool, bro.
And their demeanor's different too. Their demeanor's different because, you know, even on a personal level, I know this Russian dude. He's one of the guys that plays basketball, and hey, he don't act all shady and soft and weak like these American Edomites. That's a different Edomite over there in Russia.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I was.
And he don't like you. That's that brethren of
Yeah.
Esau. That's hey, he's against you too. You know.
Even the Jewish Edomites don't like Esau
Yeah.
America,
God.
bro.
Yeah, Esau's divided, man.
Khan,
That's
Khan.
why we know Esau's going down.
Look at Pelosi, bro. When they were reading that State of the Union, she was
yeah, she
ripping
ripped it up.
Khan, Khan,
Everybody was all, it's the Constitution.
Khan.
Now I was working. I had an Edomite at work. Khan, yeah, an Edomite, Russian Edomite, Magog. And he's like, man, he's like, I think it might be a Jake, but he told me, he was like, man, you know, he's like, I just wanted to tell you, he's like, I love Mexicans, man, you know. And he was just telling me that, you know. And I was like, oh, thanks.
that's
I was
them
like, you know what?
cleaving to Jake,
I was like,
you
you know what? I'll give you, man. I was like, out of all these different white people, you Russians are the strongest ones.
Khan, Khan. But at the
You
end
like
of the
them?
day,
He's
they're still Edomites. You
Yeah,
know.
I'll take it as a conversation.
God.
Yeah. It's a win.
The men of the truth. Hey, yeah, we'll be able to maybe vibe just a tiny bit with these Russians than with these fucking American Edomites. You know?
Yeah, and a lot of those Chinese are Russians too, bro.
I think that guy might have been
Oh,
a
yeah.
Jake too, because who says that? Who just
God,
says, you know,
God.
I love, you know,
Yeah, so-called Mexicans. God.
usually with Esau, there's just kind of that, but you know, Esau's good at lying too. You know, Esau will
Shit,
tell you
even
some
Putin,
shit just
bro.
to make you feel good.
A lot of
God,
people talk
God.
about Putin and his walk. He got some gangster walk.
God.
There's videos
Oh,
of
did you see
that.
that video of that little pigeon salute him?
No, I didn't.
I don't know if it's real, but it's Putin's like walking by and this little fucking pigeon like. It's kind of funny. It was kind of funny.
He's like, you're the one.
Yeah, the animal.
Yeah, you're the bear.
Hey, it's because the pigeons know that when Esau falls, man, that the pigeon's gonna get some salvation too.
Oh yeah.
God. Oh yeah, he's promising him a feast.
And really,
you know?
a pigeon is a dove, bro. A pigeon
God.
is a dove, really.
Con.
Yeah, it is, man.
God.
This is Revelation 18 and 16, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. Everything you see, man. Vegas, all the millions of dollars they spent on those casinos that are all owned by Amalek.
Yep. All the excellency of Esau is going to be destroyed.
Yeah, I was working with another guy at Ishikar, right, from Mexico, and he was telling me when he was a kid, he remembers watching commercials and stuff about Disney World. And so his big thing, he wanted to take all his kids to Disney World, you know, but just showing him, you got people that are living their whole life to come and visit something in a certain place in America. It's going to be gone forever,
and
man.
it's all a deception, because what is Disney World? Now you have all their employees getting arrested for sexual pedophilia, you know what I mean?
And I heard them
even Walt Disney, even when you look at that name,
freaks,
there's 666 in that Walt Disney.
Penises and shit.
Yeah, penises on Mickey Mouse.
I was watching The Ugly Duckling on Walt Disney, because they got the new Disney Plus. I was watching the Ugly Duckling on there, and the duck, because the Ugly Duckling was actually a goose. So the dad duck, there, all the babies are hatching, and the one hatches and it's a goose. and the dad duck looks at the mom, and they start fighting with each other, and the mom actually starts hitting the dad duck, and the dad gets up and just leaves. But yeah, I was like, man, this is Disney.
She's all committing an affair.
Showing you she had an affair with Jake, because it was obvious the goose was Jake.
Yeah, that's what it is too.
That's why we're the ugly duckling.
Because I was in on a verse yesterday that says, hey, these Jake women that go off with Esau, it says that they cannot be satisfied. You know.
Nope.
No, you can't get one back and change your backbone, because they've done some shit that you don't even know, bro. They've had like gangbangs and all kinds of crazy shit on these girls. I know a chick that married an Edomite, bro, and she told me that this dude would wear dresses and have gay sex in front of her and shit, bro.
Esau's a freak, man.
So how you gonna please that bitch when she's all weirded out? You know? Oh, I was gonna say too.
Read the 21.
The Disneyland, bro. I heard they were talking about shutting Disneyland down because of the coronavirus. Because all these people come out of the country.
just to visit it. Yep.
And
showing
that's
you
fault,
this place
bro.
is falling, man.
Yeah.
You know?
By the day, bro. Literally by the second.
You had all these like Bar Louie over in Westminster shut down. And that's is
it shut down now?
They shut that down.
Damn.
Yeah. There was another one too, another big restaurant that is shutting a lot of locations down. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, this place, like he said, by the day you have all these establishments being closed down in Babylon, America.
Yep.
There's an Edomite and a Moabite. Rock the by it, because that's what we've been going in on all day. In cahoots too. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
And then it's females too, bro.
Female, yep.
Because that's what it means when you hear daughter of Israel or daughter of Edom. It's really going into their nation. You know. I was gonna say right now, when I came down here, there was a mechanic.
Spring forth out of the womb.
And it's a feminine. You don't have to be a woman to be feminine.
And really,
you know
that's what's gonna be changed about us, bro. We were born by women now, but really, when we get our new bodies, we're not gonna be born of women.
That's a beautiful point.
All that shit is getting lost.
Verse 17, it says, for in 1 hour, verse 18, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that bade ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate.
I mean, she ain't gonna be shit. Babylon ain't gonna be shit once these missiles hit. It's gonna be like a fucking desert, you know.
Doomsday clock, bro. We're in the last seconds of America,
they keep
bro.
moving that forward, you know. And you know, I did some research on that because I was curious. So like, the doomsday clock, the way that works, it's just like it's hypothetical, but they go by like when atomic bomb hit, the doomsday clock moved forward. You know, when the Cold War was over, well then it moved backward. You know. And then when they, when Russia was testing their nuclear missiles, well, hey, guess what? That shit moved forward again. So anytime there's like nuclear activity on the planet Earth, anywhere,
I'm sure they know it's the nukes. At the end of the day, the nukes are the main
Exactly.
main
Good
component.
point.
Right.
Con.
And the doomsday clock was actually made in 1947.
Con.
The same time the Air Force of the United States was created.
And pretty much close to when the
Israeli
nation of
state.
Israelis was set up.
Right.
What it is Esau's not
Israelis.
spiritual, man. See, we're spiritual, man. We
Con.
know, we keep an eye on these prophecies. We know we have our own doomsday clock going on within the
Con.
body, man.
Yeah.
But Esau had to actually go and make one. They actually had to go and have something to physically show them, because there's nothing spiritual about them.
No faith at all.
God, but that's literally what it is. Whenever these their nuclear testing, like when Russia tests missiles, that doomsday clock. When 2020 started and Iran and America had their little beef going, well, hey, guess what? That doomsday clock moved forward.
And that's still going.
Time.
A lot of people think it's not happening, but right now I just saw a report from Iran, and they said America's hiding the casualties because America drops 20,000 bombs a day.
Huh? Yeah.
So where the hell are they dropping them? But they're just not reporting you the casualties.
That's Esau's spirit. He's not going to tell you all his dirt.
He kills you
That's
and
why.
hide it, bro.
That's why he takes the apocrypha out the Bible. Because where's a lot of his dirt, who reveals who that beast is and that shame, is in the apocrypha.
Yep.
Con, is that 21?
No, verse 20. It says, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye." What were you saying? We're gonna be rejoicing.
Con,
And ye holy apostles and prophets,
from the chariot, right in
Yep.
heaven.
for the heavenly Father hath avenged you on her.
Con.
And a mighty, you see,
That
man,
don't say the whole
we've been
world
just
is
sitting here.
rejoicing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because
the
we're the ones
Christians
that are
teach.
waiting for the revenge.
Con.
Somebody did something to us that we're waiting for revenge, man.
Con.
So we've been sitting here waiting to finally receive reparations, man, which doesn't come in the form of a $5 bill or a pat on the back
Con.
by Esau, man. It comes in the form of
was
him
showing
receiving double,
destruction.
man.
Yep.
That's what it is. That's our reparations.
Con.
So if Esau wanted to go and just all of them just jump into the sea and drown, that still ain't double.
That's not enough.
Esau got to pay, man. Verse 21, it says, that's spiritual too, because the pigs
Yeah.
ran into the sea.
Yep.
It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all."
Con, and that's the balance, right? Because what did Esau do to us? He took our children, he took our women with violence. Well, same thing Yahweh Shai is going to do the same damn thing to him. Con. That's what I have.
Go ahead.
Let me get a set though. All right, if you want, you brothers want to grab it. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1.
I'll grab it.
Go ahead, I'm going to put this in your bag, right?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand."
Right. So like the brother said, we got our own doomsday clock. And we're watching the season of the times right now. You know? We know we're in the last days. Of course, it's not the end yet, because the chip has to come out. But we're in the last days. We're in the last seconds of Esau's rulership.
Con, and we've seen all the signs that, like the Bible said, hey, just like when a woman's about to give birth, she has signs. But we see all the signs that the scriptures speak of,
Right. And it's in the work. Like a woman, she has 9 months.
Con.
Once you get around that 9 months, you already know what's
Con,
up.
that baby's not staying in.
Right. You don't know the day or the hour,
Con.
but you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You know a ballpark, right?
But you
Yeah.
see, Esau will
She
say,
has
"Oh,
a due date,
let's
right?
pick the 20th as the date of inducement."
Con.
Right. Nowadays they abort them.
Which one did you want me to go?
Yeah.
Joshua. If you want to grab Revelation 13:11 real quick,
Okay.
and then go to Joshua 6 after that.
Yeah, they just abort them now, man. And that's fucked up too, because you think about it, when a baby comes out, man, it's crying because it's terrified, because you just put it through something where it probably thought it was gonna die or something.
Oh yeah, they said actually when a baby squaws, the tightness of a woman's vagina actually squeezes the first life, because they go, they take that first breath when the ribs are being squished by the mother's vagina. It actually presses all that liquid out, and then they suck in air. So
Right.
the way they're born
That's
now, bro, it
foreign to
fucks
them
them
at
up.
first.
Yeah. Now you're not even supposed to give birth laying down and shit.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be squatting and shit. Go ahead, bro. That Revelation.
Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Which is America.
And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Right. So how's he gonna cause you to take that shit? He's gonna use everything he has in his power, the CDC, FDA, UN, right? All this shit to come against us. But we're gonna overcome it through the blood of Yahushua.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
The nukes. But now we know, according to Isaiah 54, no weapon formed against us shall prosper.
And that's not dealing with everybody, that's dealing with the elect.
Right.
You know?
Right now, really, that's why it says rejoice. We have peace.
God.
We know what's happening.
God. Revelation 13:14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right. That Roman Empire, Roman pagan empire, which America is today. And they're going to make it worldwide, which they call New World Order.
Yep.
You know, and who's the beast that get it done?
Totalitarianism.
Right. EU and NATO.
God.
Because really, even though Great Britain separated, they're still part of NATO. They didn't separate from nothing. It's all like drama. If you actually watch the WWE, anything like that, it's all drama. Really, the ones that are going to get destroyed the worst are these low-level people. Your average day citizen, they're the ones that are going to die the worst. You know, because these elite, their plans are to hide in the bunkers, go to whatever.
Yep.
These low-level Edomites have no hope.
Interesting.
15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And that's the main point I wanted out of this chapter, really, because measuring the time, right? Measuring the time in itself, they didn't have a nuke in 1920, 1900s. They didn't have the chip in 1950s, 1940s.
Or when the prophets were seeing these visions, they didn't
understand them.
They were speaking in parables because they couldn't say, "Oh, that's a missile."
Yeah.
You know.
But now in this generation, a 2020 year prophecy, the prophets are here, and the sorrows.
God, the knowledge has increased, right?
Right.
We're the modern prophets. We actually know what these things are because they're here now.
That's why it says, "Repent, for the kingdom is at hand." Literally, we could understand what we have in our hand.
God.
Is this truth? And when this truth was to come, Daniel 12, it said that when this truth was known, it's the end.
Yep.
God.
Go ahead, brother.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. So they're going to kill a lot of people too for refusing to take that chip. But they're going to do their best to get you to take the chip. All right, which is the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. And if you're an Israelite and you take that, you're going to be subject to that lake of fire. You can't put it in your skin and pop it out. You already committed the adultery in your mind.
16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right? Which that mark is going to actually rock. All right? You're literally going to have a moment where there's actually zombies walking around with fucking half-written arms. Because they got a chip and that motherfucker...
And those zombies are going to want to eat human flesh, you know?
Yeah. You know? Because they're going to be plagued.
And they're going to be desperate.
Yeah.
You know? Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
And that's going into Esau with his chip, all right?
Here is wisdom. Let him hath that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66.
66, which goes back to the Greeks, right? Which they used branding, tattoos to do the same thing that they're going to do with that chip.
Yeah, they did the same thing to the slaves, man.
Mm-hmm. They show that on the Django. Remember when they ran, they burned those R's in their face?
And even now, when we're purchasing stuff, those UPC symbols symbolize 666, the code, you know?
That was the beginning of the chip. You know? Because you scan those barcodes, now they're going to scan the chip. That's why you know we're in the last generation. Because they don't use the barcode. They ain't going to need the barcode no more. They actually got a chip in a lot of things that you buy. It's just a chip, a little chip, cheap, like your license plates. Those license plate tags, those are RFID, just flattened. That's why the police could pull you over and be like, hey, you lost your license. Yeah.
And that's why these the lights,
yeah, they got the boxes on the hood of the car like this. Really, when that chip comes out, they'll be able to go down the street and know everybody that's on that street.
They can tell you where you were, what intersection you were at, what time, you know?
That's what they want. It's not that they don't own everybody. They already own everybody.
They're trying to play Yahweh.
Right. They want to be God, bro. They want to ascend beyond the stars and be on Yahweh's throne. But they're coming down, bro.
That's 2 Thessalonians.
Right.
It's always been Esau's nature.
Joshua 6, brother.
Esau wants to be the top of everything.
God. Grab a 2 Ezra 15 up.
You said Joshua 6?
Yeah. Because we were just talking about how this happened in the past and how it's happening now. Well, we took over these heathens before in the book of Joshua. All right? And go ahead, brother.
You want to start at 1?
Yeah.
6:1. Joshua 6:1. Now Jericho was straitly shut up because of the sons of Israel.
Right now. America is Jericho. And it's shut up. Why? Because we're out here. Everybody's mad.
None went out and none came in.
Right. They're going to stop you from traveling. You're going to need the RFID microchip. They did that in the ancient world because of us.
And the Lord said unto Joshua, see, I have given into thine hand Jericho.
And see, Joshua, right, which his name was Hawashai, he was named Yahawashai by Moses when he handed over the authority to Joshua. And Joshua, which in the Hebrews, Yahawashai, is the one that brought us into the promised land.
So when you have it in the New Testament, it would say Jesus, which would be Yahawashai, translated then to the Greek, which would be Jesus, and from the Greek to the English, which would be Jesus. And you have the same thing in the Old Testament, but they took it from Yahawashai to the modern Hebrew, and then to the English. So it missed the Greek. The Greek is where you get the Jesus, and the English and the modern Hebrew to the English is where you get Joshua.
God, and that's why that the Greek pagan god is called Zeus, you know, and also
or even Hercules. It's all the same story.
God,
that his father had sex with an earthly woman, which is supposed to be Mary.
God. And then you got Issachar calling him Jesus.
Yeah.
You know. Verse 2.
Which really, the Bible doesn't have nothing to do with Greek mythology.
God.
No, they took it, and built some bullshit.
Perverted it.
Like Christianity. Christianity ain't got nothing to do with the Bible.
Perverted religion.
They might have a Bible in there, but that ain't got nothing to do with that church.
Because they can't break down the parables. It's only the Israelite men.
The courthouse has the Bible in there. They don't go off the laws of the Bible.
Right.
They make you put your hand on it.
That's why you got the Jewish too. They got the biggest gay parade in the land of Israel. It tells you in the Bible that homosexual are abomination. Or eating pork. You know the delicacy in the land of Israel today is pork? Because it's forbidden, right? It's supposed to be. But if you pay big dollar, you get a kosher pork. You know what I mean?
Esau is profane, man.
Profane, bro.
And the king thereof.
And really, what were they taking over? They were taking over all these Hamites. And America is that Egypt today. You know?
Spiritual.
These Americans are those Hamites.
and the king thereof, and the mighty men of valor. And verse 3, and ye shall compass the city, all ye men of war.
Hey, we're compassing around America. You got brothers in Europe. You got brothers in England. You got brothers in Mexico. I know there's one in Africa, Philippines.
That's the spirit. One of the brothers commented on the live feed from Mexico City.
See? God.
God.
Shalom.
See, there it is. Shalom, huh?
So just like it happened back then, you got this truth circling this city. America is that great city. Yeah.
God. And this truth does not go out void. You know, our message does not go out void because of that unicorn, the internet.
Yeah. That's why I said, could you imagine a Jake woman going with the Edomite bro, doing all this crazy shit, and then you're supposed to take her out to a movie?
They're all fucked up, man. That shit don't even look fun. All right, so where we at? Okay, verse 3. And go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days. And 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of ram's horns.
Which we're doing right now, really. We are that ark. And we got that truth right here with us. And we're bearing those trumpets. We're lifting up our voice as a trumpet.
We're a horn. We're the noise in Babylon.
And we're not priests in this generation. We're prophets.
Right.
You know, it's the same thing, really. But we're having a different title put upon us. You know?
And the 7th day,
because really priest goes to prophet, you know,
teacher.
Yeah. If you had a Catholic priest, he's supposed to be a prophet. But obviously they're not, because they don't see it in the future that if you molest little boys, you're going to go to jail for it. There's no prophecy with them.
And not only that, they deprive themselves of women, and now they're craving a little boy.
Right, and you're supposed to have a woman,
that's,
bro.
That's what's going to happen. You deprive, I mean, well, I don't say that's what's going to happen, but you deprive yourself of women, you're going to have some weird issues.
Right, if you ain't got no grounding.
Well, it's unnatural, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you got men in the truth that don't need women, but the woman is the word for them, you know, this truth.
But no brothers say, oh man, I'm just gonna stay dry for till
because
the kingdom. You
know, a brother all the way up to the elders. I hear the elders say, I know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Verse 4, and the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times.
Right, and 7 is what? Completion. And they're literally doing it 7 times. But once again, when Yahweh put us in slavery, there's a certain, we're in the 7th slavery.
American captivity.
Right, and we're in the 6th day. The 7th day is going to be that day of rest, where we're resting for 1,000 years. Go ahead.
And the priests shall blow with the trumpets.
Right, the prophets, which we're doing. Lift up thy voice as a trumpet.
And it shall come to, verse 5, and it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when ye hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat.
Right, and when America is destroyed, it's going to be flattened. And it says that we're going to be singing the song of Moses. You know, praising him. He is worthy of praise.
And the people shall ascend up, every man straight before him.
Right.
Verse 6.
And just like Yahushua, all right, they ran up into the city. When Yahushua was baptized, what did he do? He ascended up. When he was resurrected, he ascended up. The elect in this last day, after our baptism, we're going to be ascended up. We're going to walk literally the same footprints as our master.
They say, what would Jesus do? Be Christ-like, you know? Well, hey, what would Yahushua do? That's what we're doing, you know?
We're actually the witnesses of Yahushua. We're bearing testimony, being men.
Verse 6. And Joshua, the son of Nun, called up the priests and said unto them, take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark of the Lord.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're bearing this ark right now. What was in the ark? Moses' the commandments, Aaron's staff that budded flowers, manna, right? Everything that really got to go back to this truth. The miracles that we're going to escape Egypt with. Because that's what it was. How did they come out of Egypt? Moses brought them out of Egypt.
And he said on verse 7.
And really, we got Moses and the prophets.
God.
You know? Really, Al-Tahar is sitting in that position of Moses right now.
God leading the true congregation.
Right? And in Babylon, who'd you have? Esdras. Hold that real quick. I'll grab that, Esdras. That's why you're able to precept this back and forth, because the prophets were back every time.
Prophets are subject to the prophets.
Right.
Yep.
God.
This is 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right.
Which,
that was the same thing Moses was commanded.
Yep.
Is it the ears of everybody?
You know?
In the ears of my people.
Right, the
words of
Israelites.
prophecy.
The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world.
God.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh.
Which we're not speaking our own word. This is why we got the Holy Scriptures with us, because we're speaking the word of Yahweh.
We're not Joel Osteen giving you a feel-good story.
Right, Joshua didn't make a plan, bro, for himself. He's like, all right, we're going to do this.
We're going to flank him to the right.
We're going to walk in circles for days. You know? Moses, he didn't say, we're going to walk in the wilderness for 40 years.
Yeah.
That was the will of Yahweh.
It was the will of Yahweh.
It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Oh, Salakia, I skipped it. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee.
Right, so don't fear Esau and his chip and all this bullshit. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. That includes Esau, his chip, or the missiles. Hey, they're made for us. You know?
Hey, we were talking the other day, you know, just about you know being in this world, and how at the end of the day, man, the Heavenly Father's gonna get the elect through whatever comes their way. You know, if you're going into court or whatever, you're getting hemmed up. What did the scriptures say? Take no thought what you're gonna say, man. At the end of the day, we don't have nothing in this world to worry about except for receiving that crown, man.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the Most High is gonna get you through it, man.
Because honestly, when you look back in the past, how many times did you almost kill yourself? You didn't.
Or just.
You know?
Yep.
And why? Because Yahweh didn't allow it. Because just like our release date is written, so is our lifeline. Yep. Yahweh ain't going to let us die before our time. So Esau ain't got no power. That's why even Yahweh Shai told Pontius Pilate, the only reason you have this power is because Yahweh gave it to you. Because really, we can even kill ourselves unless it's allowed to us. So there's nothing to fear but Yahweh. Do Yahweh Shai.
God, and it said right there, we just read, it caused thee to be written in a book, right? And this was the prophets who they weren't ordinary men, you know. They were like, I actually just pulled it up because when you read that, the word ordinary, this is what it means, with no special or distinctive features, normal, right? Because are we normal out here?
Right.
No, we're special, we're different, you know. And the prophets before us, the same thing. They weren't ordinary men, you know, because you have Christians say, oh, well, the Bible's written by man, you know, I don't, and then you have our people in that same mindset. Well, you know, I don't believe the Bible.
Well, and that's why you got to let go of that mortal thoughts. It says let go of those mortal thoughts. Because a mortal man is worried about what he's going to wear, what he's going to eat, where, you know, death. We ain't worried about death.
That's the heathen shit, man. There was a point where all of Israel were on the same page with that, man.
That's why in the Maccabees, the Israelites, they scared those Edomites, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Just with their zeal, bro. They had no weapons in their hand, bro. They're like, ah!
Yeah,
they knew the Most High would get them through.
With their masculinity.
With their masculinity.
And really, it still happens today. You know, you go into a department store and you got an Israelite man with a beard. Well, hey, they're going to be watching you on their cameras. They think you're going to do something wrong, or maybe you're going to hurt them.
These women, bro. Why do you think they want a smooth-faced, little baby-faced boy? Because a man intimidates these women today. Because a real man, you know, we ain't gonna take no shit from a woman. We know a place of a woman. The place of a woman is a female servant. And see, a woman don't get down like that in 2020. They want to rule over the man. But that's what we have to be in this truth. Men first, and then men of this truth. Because how could you be a man of the truth if you're not a man yet? You know, like it says in Matthew 7, you know, you got to judge yourself first. You know, take the mote out of your own eye.
Examine yourself.
Yeah. How you gonna teach someone to wipe their ass if you don't know how to wipe your own ass first?
God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what these Christians and these priests do. They're teaching stuff they don't even understand. You know?
Yeah, that was like that one grape juicer. We stood aside and I pulled out a scripture. Well, he pulled out one, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And he was like, "Well, not everything's for us to know."
Oh
Yeah.
You walk by faith, not
So
by
the
sight.
scripture you pulled out for me to read, you didn't know?
And that's what makes them actually guilty of it, bro.
Yeah.
It's because they're using it like they know.
God.
You know, like a gun. All right, you claim to know what you're doing there.
God.
Now you pull it out, and your
Now you're more
comes back.
accountable too.
Yeah.
You know?
You pull it out to brandish it. Someone knows how to use a weapon, and they put you down.
Yeah.
God, you're better off to leave this truth alone than to teach it wrong.
Right.
You know? Because now you're leading the
And that's
people
what
to the grave. You know?
Forward talk is. Forward talk is overthrowing people, bro.
God,
Deceitful overthrow.
talking out of your ass.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Was you reading up?
God.
There's 7, Joshua. Are you still good?
Go ahead and drop that, brother. Go to Malachi 4.
Okay.
Going on this one.
Yeah.
Going on 2nd Ezra 15 and finishing on verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
And the incredulity means their lack of faith. They don't believe, so fucking what? You know?
Yep.
Just like a woman, if nobody else likes her, so fucking what? If you like her, deal with her. You know, as long as she ain't married, well, that's the same thing as this truth. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, you're crazy because you read the Bible." So fucking what?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing to you, man.
God.
You know? But they're gonna talk bad. 2 Peter chapter 3. In the last days there shall be scoffers. Another sign that we're in the last days.
God.
But don't let that unbelief fuck with you, man.
Right.
Stay diligent. Stay focused.
And really, faith is only given to a few. So,
Right.
you know, most people ain't going to have this kind of faith. to come
Right.
out here
And the
do
bottom
this.
line, we're out here for them that have faith. Now the other nations in these 2/3, they get condemned just by hearing this word. Because what does it say in Isaiah 57, the last verse? It says, "There is no peace for the wicked, saith my power." The next chapter is saying, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, show my people their sins."
God. Spare not. Don't worry about their feelings or their
Right.
emotions.
Even if they don't believe. Oh, I don't believe. So fucking
God, who
what?
cares?
Okay, this is a quick step. This is Sirach 3 and 28. In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plant of the wickedness hath taken root in him. So who cares if they don't believe, man? The plant of wickedness got their ass. That's all that means.
God.
Right. And really, Yahweh don't want him to believe. He gave him over to Esau.
Yep. Going back into what is that? Matthew 10 and 13. All right, starting at 13. What do you say that he he don't want him to hear the word because he don't want him to repent?
That's why it's in parables.
Yep. Going on verse verse 4. It says, "For the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness."
Right. And you don't want, like they say, they have that saying in the world, "I don't want to be next to you on Judgment Day." That's the truth.
God.
The fuck you want to be next to these heathens in these 2/3?
Yep.
God.
They're death, bro. And you know, we got to live in this society and be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove.
What did they do to Jonah, man? They threw his ass off the boat.
Right.
That's the kind of spirit you got to be in.
You
Most
went
High's
against
after
the
you,
Most
huh?
High. Get him out of here.
I ain't about to catch that.
That's the
catch
fear
that
of the
judgment.
Lord, bro.
Yeah, and those weren't even Jake's.
Uh-uh.
God.
And really, that's because all nations had the fear.
Yep.
You know, they don't have the fear
they
now.
saw it, you know.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
saw
they
the
heard the
power.
stories of
They heard the
the
Egyptians.
of the king of terrors, man.
God.
And then we go through and slaughter like Jericho
Yep.
and all these other nations.
But on a small
Stories
level,
where you had like 10 Israelites take down a whole kingdom.
Yeah.
God, but on a small level, even the heathen, you know, they have some type of reverence to the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, they'll walk by and they'll, you know, and stuff like that. And then I remember one time, this Moabite, he asked me if I could give him a ride, and I had my Bible on my shit-sitting shotgun, right? And he was getting ready to get. He's wait, let me move you. I want to sit on
Right.
the Bible. You know what I mean?
And that's why Esau's going to have a hard time getting that chip. Because a lot of these Edomites been raised in these Christian churches. And sometimes, a lot of times they know the chip is the mark of the beast.
Yep. Yeah, I had one tell me that, but you know what he followed it up with? but you could take it out.
Yep. Or just pray to Jesus.
Yeah, you could take it. You could repent from it.
Because they
Yeah.
lack. You
Yeah.
understand me?
Yep.
Because they don't have the whole truth.
God.
Like there's a Christian pastor named Charles Larson, and he's in the Hal doctrine, but he knows about the chip. He knows some things of the truth, and he's literally, you know, like a senior citizen church, bro. And they call him a Hal fire preacher. And he's talking about, literally, he's telling you so much of the truth, but then he brings in the Christianity.
Yep.
But these old ass Edomites know that that chip in that church is the RFID microchip.
God.
That's why you're gonna have race wars and civil wars out here, because people are gonna act up with their guns. You know, fuck your chip. You know, they'll come take your shit, and it says that in the Apocrypha that they're gonna be invading each other's houses for the want of bread.
Yep.
God. Sedition among men.
Right, because there's some Edomites that ain't gonna take the chip, and they're gonna pick up that gun and shit. I'll go take them from some bread.
God.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look at the protests in the world today.
Virginia, huh?
Yeah, they went into the Kentucky state.
Capital.
Yeah, did you see them? They were
Yeah.
dressed like fucking Russians,
Yeah.
militias, covered faces, and then they go in there with their Russian
Oh,
weapons.
it's all gonna get real racial soon.
Yep.
You know?
And Esau wants to, bro. I had a little dispute with the Edomite recently, and I told it came out. Hey, bro, you know your time's over. He was threatening Issachar, bro. Issachar didn't do shit, and he goes, "I'll call it, and your kids will get taken."
Oh
And
man.
it caught my ear, and I said, "Hey, don't be doing that over here." And I got mad at him when he came over.
Yeah.
What? And I said, "Don't be doing that, bud. You've been doing that since forever, you know, threatening my people that you're gonna take our kids."
God, showing you that hey, some of us are in the right mindset.
Yeah, and then he said, walks away, and I said, "You're at your end, Esau. There's a race war coming." And he goes, "I hope so."
Oh.
God,
That's what he said.
God.
He let his heart speak, you know.
God.
And I said, I was
If that's what they really want to say. They just don't say it until they
shit,
got
in
the
a week, bro,
opportunity.
that dude was moved out of that neighborhood, bro.
God.
He was gone.
Corner. You put the dog in the corner, man, and he snapped at you.
God.
Yeah. He said,
Showing you the times we're in, you know. Cause,
Oh yeah, they're stockpiled,
hey.
bro. The militias, you know, they got militias here in Colorado, the 3%ers. That's one of the biggest militias of white supremacy in America.
God.
Huh? That's a damn Ku Klux Klan, just without the mask, pretty much.
God. Trump, he's a Klan member without the mask.
Born in, bro.
God.
Like we were born in this truth.
God.
Grab that Malachi, brother.
God. 4?
Yeah.
And start at 1. Okay. Malachi 4,
like Hebrews
4 and
11.
1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Right.
And the day cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
He's gonna kill everything.
Yeah.
You know, the granddaddy, the kid. It says in Ezekiel 9, they're gonna slay man, woman, and child.
Yeah, because you can come out here, you could chop down every single tree, but you leave one root, then one of the trees is gonna come back, man.
Right.
You ain't leaving nothing.
God, and then under these trees, these roots are fucking
Yeah.
all they're intertwined. You know, they're
Yep.
fucking. The roots ain't no joke. You know, if you're ever try to chop a tree down, and especially the roots, you be working hard, man.
If you're digging a small trench and you run into a root, you're over.
God,
Oh yeah, shit. Those will go through concrete pipes and everything, bro.
God.
And that shows why this is Babylon that's going to be destroyed, because ancient Babylon still exists.
Yep.
You could take a trip and go take pictures of it.
Yeah.
There ain't gonna be no
Yeah, there ain't-
tourists coming
Yeah,
here.
nobody's gonna stop you from going there.
Yeah, ain't no tourists coming to America after it's
Radiation's
new.
gonna keep you back from coming over here.
Yeah.
God.
And plus, you can have the kingdom on there. Why are you gonna
Oh
come
yeah.
over here?
Oh, it says in Isaiah 14, everybody's gonna look. What the fuck? This was the man that shook kingdoms.
Yep.
Man,
God.
they're gonna get right back in their right mind, bro.
God.
They're worshiping cows and mice and eating shit because Esau's ruling.
Yep. I can't believe playing a PlayStation 4 was what I thought what rest was.
You know?
God.
what I thought what technology and glory was at that time.
Right. And then you learn that the lights of the games, a lot of times they fuck your brain up. At certain times they don't let you rest. They say like TV, the blue light that the TV gives off. If you sleep with your TV on, you don't
Or
get
even the
sleep.
cell phones, you know, the
Yeah, I'm gonna turn
radiation.
my shit off, man. I'll
Yeah.
I'll get caught up just watching TV all night if I leave it on.
Yeah.
Or 5G, the new technology. you
Even
know?
the heat, bro. They said a lot of times if you have the heat too high, you can't even sleep right
Nah.
because you don't have no air circulation in your home. You're in
Nah.
a fucking rat box.
They
you
say
know?
that 5G destroys your cells, you know.
That's why I say when we go, yeah, bro. Oh, I just saw a brother doing a video on that, and he said there was a report of birds actually committing suicide, diving into the concrete. And they
So
said
that's
that's
5G?
5G's fucking up their brain. That 5G is microwaves, and it attacks any fluid in the body.
Ah.
So your brain, your nutsack.
And that's what it means, 5 generations.
That's why you're gonna be like that fucking, what is it with Will Smith? I Am Legend.
Uh-huh.
He's banging his fucking head, that zombie,
Yeah.
bro. Or the other one, bro, when they're in Russia, and they stick their fucking, I forgot what that movie is. He gives adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah.
no,
Crank?
Nazis.
You talking about Crank?
It's like Crank, but it's an older.
God.
But that dude, he comes out, he goes, "Oh, I got a headache." Fucking bangs his head against the pillar and it knocks that pillar down.
Whoa.
But like you said, that Isaiah 54:17, no weapon shall prosper against his elect.
Yeah, nothing ain't
This
gonna hurt.
5G ain't gonna fuck with us.
Nope. Shit, they can hide this truth from us, bro.
God.
You know?
Verse 2, Malachi 4:2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Right. And that's what we do. We fear his name. That's why we're out here. Because we do fear him. And we know his judgment is coming. So we're making ourselves ready for his coming. Let me grab this last verse out real quick while you do that. Hold that. Because it said, ye that fear my name. It says, wherefore we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, Hebrews 12 verse 28, let us have grace whereby we may serve Yahweh acceptably with reverence and godly fear. For our power is a consuming fire. So us knowing that he's a consuming fire and we know that destruction is coming, what does he tell us to do? Remember the laws of Moses,
God.
which the laws actually speak of our Messiah, Yahweh Shai.
God.
And that's how the Old Testament and New Testament, they complement themselves. They complement each other. That's why Yahweh Shai, he said, I did not come to do away with the laws or the prophets, but to fulfill them. It's all about prophecy.
God. And then you have those Amalek, they only take heed to the Old Testament. You know?
Right? Or even these Christians, they claim to only the New Testament.
God,
They
they're the
actually got
opposite.
Bibles with only the New Testament in it.
God. Verse 4. Oh no, verse 3. Malachi 4:3. And ye shall tread down the wicked, and they shall be as ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts.
Right? And how are they going to be ashes under our feet? Hey, we're
Missiles.
spiritual men. Yeah, we don't have to touch nobody.
God.
This kingdom is going to be given to us.
God.
All we got to do is remain faithful and true, diligent to this truth. And he's going to take us up and we're going to look down and see these suckers burning, man, for their unbelief. Go ahead.
4. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb,
Right.
for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. God.
Which we're doing. We're remembering it through the Holy Scripture.
God, and when he gave those laws and commandments to Moses in Horeb, well, he was in a chariot. You know, it was through a chariot. So much so that the mountain was shaking.
Right?
You know?
That's the part the Christians miss. Right? They like to say, oh, I believe in God, but they don't like to do the work. And that's why really a lot of men that grew up in the Christian churches said, nah, this ain't truth, man. They don't even believe in the Bible.
God.
You know, and then when you see the brothers in the truth, you're like, hey, this is the truth. Why? Because we're sticking to the Bible.
God, I had that happen when I was in the Christian church. I used to just see them go in there. I'm like, come on, let's go out, let's read, let's go out and read, let's go to people's houses that elderly that are here in the church. Let's take the Bible to their house.
Right?
Let's go.
I wanna do something.
Yeah, like nobody
for the
wanted.
knowledge
Nobody
at the time.
wanted. It was like, and then I like gave up on all that, and then a couple years later, come into this, I'm like, yeah, this is the truth.
This is the
Right.
truth. And really, it was always in us.
Time.
You know, we were born with
Yeah.
it.
It was just a matter of time, man. A matter of prophecy. You know?
Like hunger, bro. That's why it says, "Blessed is he that hunger and thirst for righteousness."
God.
We may not known what righteousness was, but we
God.
still hungered for it, thirst for it.
Time.
Hey man,
And
I
then
remember.
that's that mercy.
Yep. I remember telling my grandma when I was a little kid that I wanted to grow up and be a priest. And then guess what, man? Then I grew up and I was doing speaking Hebrew over her. She died, man.
See, and you are a priest, bro.
God,
You know, because we're the prophets. We're the priests lifting up the ark and blowing those trumpets. You know, following Yahweh Shai. Me, I was in the Christian church and I became a high-level guy because they were kind of grooming me to be a pastor. And I heard the actual, like, the ruling class of the churches, because they used to make like a union I worked at. And I heard them. They said, man, I hate these Bible thumpers. Like the highest level guys. And I said, these motherfuckers.
Yep.
And then finally they told me, because I didn't know I was precepting at the time, but you could Google precepts. You just put in a subject and it'll print out a bunch.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah,
So.
and I didn't know it was precepting because I didn't know the truth yet.
God.
But I was handing him out, and they were saying, "Hey, you can't do that. We're not about that."
God.
So then I left it, and I ended up going to a Jewish, you know, the Messianic Jewish temple, and he's the one that said, bro. He said, the Jewish in Israel are the synagogue of Satan because they don't believe in the Messiah. He's an Edomite, but him saying that, bro, it stuck with me, and I looked up synagogue of Satan. And only Israelites talk about synagogue of Satan. And that's how I came across the truth.
Yep.
I was actually wearing the menorah and everything.
Yep.
I was about to go to.
But see, but that was part of your testimony. That was how that was the way that you had to go about finding this truth.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's really like the brother said, man. We were all born with it. You know, one way or another, the Most High was going to lead us to a point of receiving this knowledge, man. And Lord willing, being beamed up in those chariots.
Right.
God, and it's that speckled bird. We all have our own story on how Yahweh had that mercy to bring us out of that madness, and now here we are.
Oh shoot,
prophesying
bro! A
the
lot of
truth.
those Chinese, a lot of those Chinese are believers in hiding.
God.
You know, they be in fucking caves and shit because they make the Bible illegal. When I went to China, they stopped me for the Bible.
Oh, really?
God.
Yeah, they stopped me at the airport and they sent my girl and my brother. They said, you get on the plane, and they were interviewing me. And my girl was scared, bro. She was like, I thought you were going to the camp. You know?
God.
And it was right before all this shit started going down.
God, you know, we, like I said, we have our own stories, man. When I was a young, and I've shared it with these brothers, but when I was a young man, I was in the Catholic Church and I was set up as an altar boy. You know, I told these brothers, hey, I was always terrified to go to church when it was my turn to be the altar boy because I could never remember the ritual. You know, I was always like, the priest always had to prompt me, like, you know, and then I never could get it, man. No
That's
matter
why
how many times I
you're a
did it.
virgin, bro.
But
You know?
Yahweh didn't allow me to get that ritual, you know, and basically, you know, and it was my sisters, you know, my brother. He's younger than the rest of us, but we were all exposed to that, but yet here I am, you know, my brother and my sisters they could give a shit about this truth, you know.
Yeah. And really, those, even if our families perish, they're going to come right back through us.
Time.
So we don't lose nothing. That's why there is no condemnation. Condemnation means loss, with loss. We don't lose nothing. Esau kills us in this truth. So what? We're actually getting more blessed than if we were to keep living. You know, we actually cannot lose as long as you remain faithful.
It's already been written.
Yeah. And really, the elect ain't going to lose faith, bro. The elect, really, you know, we tell each other to stay faithful, but the elect, just like we had it written in us to find this truth, it's already written in you to endure into the end. Whatever your lot is, you're going to do it.
And Esau's that left hand, and he tries to mimic Yahweh and be Yahweh. Well, he does the same thing because all his NFL games, that shit's all a script.
Yeah.
You know? It's already been written who he knows is going to be the Super Bowl champ.
Right, and when you have a script, bro, the script is written before even you make the set. Right? Because you got to actually choose characters. You want this actor to fit this part. You got to have the script written. So literally, we were written in the story before we even existed. And we were brought to existence to play out these parts.
We were spoken into existence, you know? And that's what we're doing out here, prophesying, speaking these plagues to come into existence.
That's why we have a sure word, bro. A sure word.
Let me finish off this one, 2 more. Verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh.
Right, which is Elder Abba Bivens,
Khan.
who set up the elders of One West.
Did you see that video I did? I was telling my cousin who worked with me about Abba Bivens. And we had a computer that spits out leads, right? And there's names that on this computer. And I'm literally telling the brother about Abba Bivens' story and who he was. And he goes, cousin, come here real quick. And he goes, look at my screen. And there was a name on the screen and it said, Deborah A. Bivens. You know? And I got the picture to prove it. You know, I took a picture of it. And he, you know, because that's a hard thing for a Jake to believe that and say, hey, oh, Abba Bivens was John the Baptist through the regeneration. Well, that's a tough stumbling block for a fucking Jake, you know? But at that moment, that brother was like, oh shit, dude, just moments away talking about it. And there it was on his screen.
And that's spiritual power on a low level, really. That's why we're going to get power beyond, you know, measure. But we already got a little spiritual power, being able to understand these scriptures. You know, like the brother said, the Edomite and Moabite woman, you know, we're speaking about them, and literally they'll stand and walk, holding hand.
Walking together in cahoots.
Oh, remember that time, bro, in Denver when I was talking about people being off balance, and that chick walked by with one big ass leg and one little leg? Bro, it was...
we were talking about, on the right rail, we were talking about America burning and the eagle and stuff, you know, and that was the playoffs, and the Philadelphia Eagles, 2 Eagles fans walked by with jackets with Eagles, and they had an American flag on the arm, you know? Yep. And there was a fire truck that pulled up right there.
Truck, there's a burning, right?
You know?
Because it's a spiritual fire right now, but it's about to become a physical fire.
Last verse here. Malachi 4 and 6. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the sons.
Right, which he did. The elders of One West to the elders that you have now.
The mind, the heart. And I shall read it like that. And the mind of the sons to their fathers.
Right, which that's why we call them elders. Because they're our fathers that taught us the truth. Right? And we're the sons now in this generation. Our elders today are the elders of Great Millstone. But their elders were the elders of One West, who was taught by Elder Abba Bivens.
What did the scripture say? Exhort them as your spiritual fathers. So there's no
worthy of double honors.
There's no contradictions within the scripture, man. Contradictions, because something that'll pop in your mind is, oh, well, the scripture says to call no man father, you know, except for your Father which is in heaven. What it's talking about is exalting them to that level, right? Giving them the glory that you would the heavenly Father.
Like they do the Pope.
Like we don't worship the elders, but hey, we honor them.
Right.
You know?
But like they do the Pope, they worship him.
him.
He actually is known as the seat of the Lord.
Like
people will cry, and these heathen will cry
Pharaoh.
and pass out at his presence and stuff like that. You know, burst out into tears. But we seen the elders.
And that's
in
where
person.
Esau fucked up, bro.
We're gonna give the brother salutation, but we're not gonna be fainting.
Hey,
and crying,
the elder said, "You come over here, you might get blessed, you might get cursed."
God.
We should be good. We're gonna start it up. You gonna start it up, bro?
That's fine.
Alright. Slide? Yeah.
All right. We the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out to prophesy the death, downfall, and destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America. We want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash.
Want to give double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of all Israel, rule well. Want to give a sincere shalom and honors to you, Akim, out there doing this work, and a shalom to you, new in this thing, just coming into this knowledge. Can somebody grab me Revelation 18? And then Exodus 32 and 9.
You want to start Revelation 18?
Just from the top. And just stop at 4, and then I'll have Mac read the next two.
This is Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Exactly, and that's a prophecy of what's soon to come, man. And you're seeing things go on day by day, week by week, you know, that are signs of Eazy-E's kingdom here crumbling, man.
Yep.
Day by day, man. We just on the news, I don't know if you Akiem caught it, but they just killed 2 more soldiers and wounded 6 more special operators, man. Who's supposed to be the best in the world according to Esau, man. You know. So you know these things are gradually picking up, man. It's like a woman giving birth, man. You know, she's not all screaming the whole time. It's birthing pains. You know, you get a contraction or whatever it's called, and that's the pain you go through, and then the Most High lets it die down, and you see in the ebb and flow of what's going on, man. So we prophesy week in and week out, man. That's what we do, is just prophesy to bring it on about. You stopped at 4?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I'm my bad. Go ahead.
Salakia. Hey, and now wine is a diverse doctrine, not according to the true scriptures, man. You know, and it's perverting the whole earth. And what you're seeing now is signs of these other nations getting fed up because Esau is coming creepily with gifts and handouts. And I seen something this past week, and when Esau, when you donate things to the Hamites, when you send it over there free. You know what I mean? The person making a shirt or a pair of shoes doesn't have a job anymore because the Hamites get it for free. You know what I mean? So it's perpetually keeping Jakes and these heathens under the foot of Esau, man. In the guise of gifts. That's why the scriptures say a gift destroyeth the heart, man. Because hey, Ham gets gifts every day from Esau. You know what I mean? Amalek gets gifts every day from Esau, but they're subject to the perverse workings of Esau, man. You know? It perverts countries, man. It perverts people, man. Just look at us, man. Just look at the Israelites, man. You know?
You know, that wine, man, that's the whole world has partaken in is the doctrines and philosophies of Esau, man. Your LGBT. You see your do as thou wilt spirit. That's all.
Cesare Borgia, all that, man.
The Big Bang theory, you know, evolution. All that shit stems from Esau. And all these
democracy,
nations,
man.
Yep. And all these nations have partaken in that wine, man. You see
that Sigmund Freud mentality.
Yeah, man. A democracy. Esau wraps it up so nice, but it's a wicked thing, man. There is somebody that calls the shots, and his name is Yahweh Shai, man. Through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50. And 7. It's like Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. See, what's that wine they drinking of, man? That philosophy and doctrine of Esau Edom, the philosophy of the so-called white man. You know, they drinking that wine and they're mad, man. They're crazy. They're out of their minds, following the ways of the heathen, man. Following the ways of Esau. You know,
and what did the Most High command Jake to do, man? Learn not the ways of the heathen, man.
Yep.
You know, but Esau has so wickedly constructed this place that you almost can't help it to an extent, man. You know, and the heathen nation, but first and foremost the Israelites, man. We're waking up, man. To your bullshit, man. To that sour ass drink, man. You know.
Yep.
Because you know while you're pouring out your cup on the rest of the world, we're drinking of a cup, man. Can somebody grab me what is it? Jeremiah 49. Those whose judgment it was not to drink of the cup ever surely drunken, and the Obadiah, just to hammer that home.
That's going into the judgment of the Most High.
Con. You know, because right now the world's drinking of your wine, but at some point the world's gonna have to drink of the Most High's wine, man.
Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
So like these Akim was saying, man, there's consequences to that do as thou wilt doctrine, man. There's consequences to thinking this LGBTQ stuff is okay, man. There's consequences to believing in democracy and your vote counts bullshit, man. There's consequences to that, man. And they got to be paid for it. And that's what the Most High said right there in Jeremiah 49, and it's also in Obadiah 1, man.
Because it's going into that cup we had to drink, man. That cup of judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Where we had to drink every dreg, man.
We had to drink that cup of the Most High for our disobedience and for our wickedness. You see, the Most High didn't create us to go through what we went through, man. You see? So he's telling you Edomites, am I going to put all this hell on my people? You think you're going to go unpunished? You see? You are surely going to drink of that cup, Esau, and there's nothing you can do to get out of it, man. You know? You are going to be punished according to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what's written for the Edomites to come, man. A great judgment upon the so-called white man. You see? That's what's coming, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
What's red, bro?
You want to, did you have the Exodus for me,
I was holding Exodus, what you wanted.
32 and 9.
You know? That wine has spread out throughout the earth, man. That's why I tell you in 2 Esdras 15, man, that wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Right. You see how it spread, man, through the wine and through the wickedness of Esau Edom, man. That's how it spread out throughout the earth, because the wicked are bearing rule, man.
Con. Go ahead, bro. Which Maccabees, the first chapter tells you.
Con. Can you grab me Zechariah 7:11?
This is Exodus 32 and 9, and it reads, and Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
You know, and the brother so beautifully carried right over to that, man. We were not created to be in this circumstance, man. We are the princes of the power, but we went off, man. We are a stick-necked people, man. And first and foremost, as Israelites, we got to understand that Revelation 18 and Obadiah 1 is a heavy prophecy, but 2/3 of our people are going down too, man.
That's right.
You know, you got to look at look at the Northern Kingdom in South America, man. All the cartel and corruption, man. The rape, robbery, and murder of your own people, man.
And what does it stem from, man? It stems from idol worship, man.
Idol worship, man.
See, that's what it all goes back to. You tribes, man, worshiping these fucking false idols. That's why the Most High puts all this hell on you, man. Look at the Northern Kingdom, man. Heavy in idolatry, man. They love Caesar Borgia. They love Jesus Christ, man. They love Santa Maria, man.
Let me grab a set for you real quick, brother. It's Deuteronomy 6 and 14, and it reads, ye shall not go after other gods of the gods of the people which are round about you.
You see? That was a commandment, man. You see? We're commanded not to follow in the ways of the heathen, man. We're commanded not to do as the heathen do, man. You see? But what our people want to do, they want to live as the heathen, man. They don't want to follow the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Hey, even in Exodus, when the Most High was bringing the people out, man, you know what I'm saying? You still had those that wanted to stay, like we always bring out, man.
Murmuring and talking shit and complaining.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Hey, we had so and so in Egypt, man. You know what I mean? Jake didn't want to suffer, man. But going back to the cup, hey, everybody got to drink of the cup of the Most High, man. That's what we're here to tell people, man. Whether you hear or forbear, you have to drink of the cup set forth, man.
But this is Isaiah 13 and 6. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Hey, the day of the Lord is first and foremost for him, man, to get his vengeance first, man. You know, a lot of Jakes, when you're new in this thing, you still have to put off that old man, and you get off that carnal mentality, man. We aren't these heathens, man. Jacob is a worm. we aren't Ham. We ain't Amalek and Moab. We aren't given that carnal mentality to go rise to the prayer ourselves. Because somebody grab
I got a set for you.
yeah, Jeremiah 16:16. Because this thing is about the Most High making His move first, man.
Set for you.
Yeah, Con.
Just kind of on what the brother was saying, man. You know, just to hammer that fact home of even though the Most High views us as so low, when it comes to us compared to these other nations, hey, we're still above them though, man. All right.
Con.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. All right. And then I also want to. No, that was it, brother. That was it.
Con, but exactly, man. You know, and if the Most High commanded His Son, who He called gods, right there as you saw, to not arise to the prey, man. Hey, that carnal mentality, man, you got to put that off, man.
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Con, hey, the Most High is the creator of this thing, man. He has all the right to be mad, even though we get chastised and we go through what we go through. And as men of the Lord in this truth, man, you have to understand that it's still about the Lord, man. This is his movie, man. Man, picture it like he on the galactic throne, man, with a big ass screen, man, just watching, man, everybody, man, all times. This ain't about how you feel, man. You know, pursuing back to Revelation 18, man. This shit is gonna happen, man. Well, now actually, just to land back off that, give me Jeremiah 16:16. This is about Most High, man.
This is Jeremiah 16 and 16. 17, there it is. Yep, Jeremiah, nope. That's it. Jeremiah 16 and 16.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 16 and 16. Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai.
And that's what you see the men of the Lord doing right now, man. You know, we're just simply putting out our works, showing our love to the Most High, and trying to put off that old man, and do what's commanded of us. Go ahead, up.
And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. For mine eyes are upon all their ways, and they are not hid from my face. Neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. So hey, go ahead, bro.
Exactly, and right there you see the Most High gonna choose His hunters, man. It may be some that's doing the work that might not get to be a hunter. We don't know who exactly the Most High has fully chosen, man. So you know, you got to be careful how you speak and how you teach, man. You know, especially these other wayward doctrine having groups, man. You know, or you young Israelites who learning this truth on YouTube and spitting random shit, not being a part of nothing, man, not learning under nobody, man. You know. Anyway, he's grabbing Romans 12 and 9. You can jump back to Revelations 18 and just read from 5 on.
You want that Romans 12 and 19?
Yeah, because you know, when we talk about what the Most High getting ready to do, and you know you're an Israelite, and you get to take part in that, it brings about a carnal mindset, you know? So before we get into the beauty, we gotta check people first, man.
This is Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith Yahweh.
So this ain't vain shit talking from us when we get back into Revelation 18. It says vengeance is the Lord's, man. And if His sons, who He calls gods, He's saying to stay back. Hey, man, it's not about a carnal mentality, man. I'm tired of seeing that random shit on YouTube of these jakes on the comment board saying a whole bunch of callous shit, man. You know, because hey, man, this is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's army, man. Yep. And what one does affects a many, man.
Yep. Got a few stuff for you real quick. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4. I started at 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down the strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringeth into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. So this ain't about being carnal, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we are trying to show the Most High that we are obedient, so that He stays His wrath, so that when we get, you know what? So when Revelation 18 happened, when Jeremiah 30 and 7 happened, you know, when Amos 8 and 11 happened, you know, we pray we in good stance with the Most High, man. You know, when Daniel happened, we pray we in good stance with the Most High, man. This ain't about puffing your chest out and talking a whole bunch of shit and not doing nothing, man.
Mind if I lay back off you, brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Romans 8:4, and it reads that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that walk after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that walk after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For the carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded, what's it say, brother?
Where you reading from?
Romans 8, brother. But to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
What's the Spirit, man? What's the Spirit? What's walking after the Spirit? Walking after the Spirit is walking after what is being said in these scriptures, man. You see, that's the Spirit. That's what Yahweh said what in John 6:63. The flesh profiteth nothing. It's the Spirit that quickeneth, man. The words I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. The words that, what words are we speaking, man? The words of the Most High.
That's right. That's right.
Going back to what the brother was saying, this is all about Yahweh Shah's will coming to pass on the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we out here to do the will of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead, bro.
You know, Salakia, if I may land back, Revelation 18 is about what Yahweh getting ready to do, man.
Yup.
You know, you can only hope and pray and beg that you have enough works and enough grace by Yahweh Shah to be one of those men. But stop saying I, man.
Yup.
You what?
Yup.
You're a nigga in America, man.
Yup.
Because the carnally mind, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahweh.
Meaning what, man? You walking after your belly, man. You walking after the ways of the world. You see, you walking in the flesh, you're not walking after the Spirit. Walking after the Spirit is knowing what? That America's going to be destroyed, man. That we are the Hebrew Israelites. That the Most High is only dealing with the nation of Israel. That the Most High hates the nation of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You see? That the Most High is going to set up a kingdom on this planet Earth for His people, man, and His people alone. That the earth is going to be governed by the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shah. That's walking in the Spirit, man. You see?
And then land back off this brother, man, who's in the Spirit. You have to realize, man, the Most High can't acquit the wicked, man. So if you out here Israelite walking after the flesh, man, what are you doing, man? You're making it impossible for the Most High to acquit you, man. Pursuant to when Revelation 18 does crack off, man.
But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If so be that the Spirit of Yahweh dwell within you.
Meaning what, man? His words, man.
Right.
You see, man, His words dwell in you.
Right.
You see? That you taking heed to what's written in these scriptures, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Putting off that old man.
Now, if any man have not the Spirit of the Mashiach, he is none of his.
And what's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man? The spirit of prophecy, man. You see? And the spirit of prophecy. If you don't have that spirit, if you're not prophesying, if you ain't talking about ain't no tribulation coming, you are none of Yahweh Shai's, man. If you ain't talking about all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel is so-called Negroes, you are not of Yahweh Shai.
But you can call on the name of your play.
If you talking about, you can call the Most High whatever you want to call Him, you are not of Yahweh Shai, man.
And Yahweh Shai was long-suffering, man. Yahweh Shai had all power, man. You know what I'm saying? When He was on the cross, he didn't hop off and just smoke everybody right there, man.
Well, He could have, man.
With not even thinking, man.
Yep.
But you know you an Israelite, man, all over the internet doing fucking dumb shit, man.
Because what did Yahweh Shai come to do, man? Yahweh Shai came to do the will of the Heavenly Father, man. That's what it's all about. Us doing the will of the Most High to the best of our ability, man. Following that example that Yahweh Shai has left for us, man. You see?
And if Yahweh and Salakia, if Mashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin. But if the Mashiach is life because of righteousness. But if the spirit of Him that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead dwell within you, He that raised up the Mashiach from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you.
How was we quickened, man? By hearing the preaching of the word, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel 37, the valley of dry bones. That started with who? It started with our elder, you see, Abba Bivens, man. He
Right.
passed it down to his students, and his students passed it down to our current apostles and elders, man.
Con.
You see? And we heard them preaching the word.
Man, con.
We heard them preaching the word, and our mortal bodies was quickened by the Spirit of the Most High, man.
That's right.
That's why we out here on the highways and byways doing this work, and it's all of the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to flesh,
Yup.
to live after the flesh. But ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye live, Salakia, but if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
And that's what we all working with, man. All us being in this flesh, we all fuck up, we all go off, man. We still working on ourselves, man.
Right.
We ain't perfect. We ain't never said we would never say
Never.
sit up here and let that shit come out of our mouth as if we're perfect, man.
Right.
We're all fuck ups, man. And we're striving to be as Yahweh Shah was, man.
Con.
You see?
For as many are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of Yahweh.
Led by the Spirit, the word of the book, man. You see?
That's right.
That's how we're being led. We're not being led by our flesh, man. You people getting your feelings because we're telling you that the Israelites are the chosen people of the Most High. Well, that's what the scriptures say. That the Most High hates the Edomites. That's what the scriptures say. You see? That the prophecies of the kingdom of heaven is only for the Israelites. That's what the scriptures say, man. You see? And that's what we're going off of, man. What is written. As it is written, man.
And if
My
you
bad,
have
bro.
a problem with what was just said, then you don't have a problem with him or us. You have a problem with the Lord, man.
Exactly.
Pursuing, what is it, Matthew or Luke? I forget. Either way, though, you still holding that Revelation 18? You know, so when we preaching these prophecies and we teaching the death, downfall, and destruction, please believe, man, we are coming from begging the Most High to have mercy on us, man.
Exactly, bro.
Mindset, man.
Exactly.
We begging to become transformed from fishers to hunters, man.
Shit,
You know?
I was just meditating the other day. I don't give a damn if I'm the last man in the 1/3.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get the fuck up off this planet when the missiles start to fall, man.
Real.
I don't give a damn. I just want salvation, man.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? All the rest of that play out, man. If I had to be the last man, not even a part of the elect, the last man of the 1/3, I'm cool with that, man. Because I'll receive that salvation from this destruction that's coming, man.
Right.
That's right, man.
And come on, man. Because the Most High's not
You
fucking
can't
around,
ask
man.
for more because it's only
salvation
is of Israel, man.
Yup. Hey,
Most High says
the
it's
Most High's
no-
not fucking around, man.
Right.
And he's got his appointed number, man. It's been weighed in the balances, man.
When he says he's gonna
And some of
melt,
his people got to die, man.
But when, like the brother's saying, man, when the Most High says he's gonna melt, men's eyeballs out of their skull,
I ain't trying to be part of that.
yeah, that's some shit I don't want.
That's
to
heavy,
do
bro.
with. That's some
I
shit I
got.
want.
You want me to keep going on Revelation 8?
Yeah, you could just prophesy, man.
Let me see where we at.
I think you stopped at 4 or 5.
Yep. So this is Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." So how you come up out of this place, man? You come up. Do you leave this place, get a passport, and leave the country? No, man. You come up out of this place spiritually, man.
That's right.
You come up out of this place by getting into these scriptures, coming back to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and do as He has commanded you to do, man. That's how you come up out of this place, man. Putting off the old man. You see, putting off the ways of the world, man. Celebrating holidays and all these wicked feast days and shit, man.
The bullshit, man.
Yup.
Store your treasures in heaven, man. Because what does the scripture say?
Where your heart is, that's where your treasure is.
Con,
Where
exactly,
your treasure
man.
is, that's where your heart would be also.
Exactly. So start storing your treasures in heaven, man.
Yup.
And bit by bit, the carnal man will go, man. If Yahweh Shem Yahushua dealing with you, man.
And the thing is, it's gonna be a struggle.
But it's a journey, man. It's a ride, man. It's a struggle, man.
It's gonna be a struggle the whole way through because we still in this wicked ass flesh, man. We ain't never gonna be perfect in this flesh, man. You see? That's what we waiting for Yahweh Shah for, to make us perfect, man.
This the elder brother right here, man. And one of the first things he told me, man, is this shit is long suffering, man. And get ready for that temptation, man. But you have to endure, man. In order to get saved from this, man.
So Revelation 18 and 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues." And what's them plagues that's coming, man? That destruction from Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right, man.
You
That's
know?
right, man. Because you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the only people on the face of the earth with a chance of escaping what's to come, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
So why squander it trying to Salakia? Why squander it trying to fight an Edomite?
Exactly. Think you gonna
Turning up, getting carnal with a gun, man. When they invented the shit.
Going on, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. And what's the sins, man? All the wickedness that Esau propagates from this place, man. His LGBTQ agenda, man. LGBTQP, which the P stands for pedophile, man. You see, because that's what these damn devils are promoting now, man. You see? His democracy, man. You see? His women being over men. You see? His promoting to eat abominable foods as delicacies, man. You see? All that shit is being propagated from this place and spread all throughout the earth, man. You see? For what did he do to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man? Countless atrocities committed against our people. He has to pay for that, man. You know? That's why this great judgment is coming upon this place, because what Esau have done unto the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man.
You want to grab Obadiah 1 and what is it, 7?
Verse 6. Reward her as she reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double. That's that same cup we just read about in Jeremiah 49 and 12, man. That's the cup that Esau Edom is going to drink out of, man. And he's going to drink every ounce of that shit down, man.
Every drag, man.
You see? Verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's what you people of America think is going to happen, man. That this place is going to go on forever, you know, that America's going to come up out of these hard times it's in. No, man, this place is finished, you see? This place is done for, man.
And to land back, the only the elect gonna give the sorrow, man. And that's why I prefaced it with those steps, you know what I'm saying? The elect is gonna give Esau sorrow, man. For you knuckleheaded jakes that want to take that and use it to as an excuse to get carnal, man.
Oh, I had some real quick. You had some, bro?
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, you did.
What was it that you wanted me to get though, brother? Just so I remember.
I was trying to look it up at Obadiah and I didn't even got my phone, bro.
Obadiah 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I can grab Obadiah 1 and 10. Let me get this real quick though. Just
for
what the brother said, you know, because he was basically making the declaration that Esau Edom was the wicked. But let me just go back here to make the case that that's been the case for a long time.
Always has been.
I'm just going to jump in First Maccabees real quick and read a couple verses. This is the first book of Maccabees. And it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chedum, who had smitten Darius, the king of the Persian and Medes, that reigned in his stead to be first over Greece, his stead being the first of his stock to rule over the Grecian states.
That's Alexander's pops, right?
Yeah, no, this is speaking on Alexander though.
Oh, I thought it said Philip.
No, his father was.
Oh, my bad. Salak.
You good, bro? And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth.
And why did that happen? It was biblical prophecy. That's why.
Right.
He was undefeated. Why? Because the Most High put the Spirit on him to be undefeated, so he can fulfill prophecy. Okay. So he can fulfill the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. Everybody's fulfilling the will of the Most High, whether you want to or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't fight it. Hey, what does it say in Romans 9, man? Who have resisted his will, man?
Right.
Nobody, man.
And went through the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, in so much that the earth was quiet before him.
Because he was whooping everybody ass, man. The Most High put it on Alexander's spirit to whoop everybody ass, man. You know what I'm saying?
That eagle that was raised up, man.
That he was that damn he-goat, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Most High uses everybody, man, not just the Israelites, man.
Hey, everybody.
And a good example is that show Ottoman, man. When the Turks wanted to take over Jerusalem bad as fuck, man, and they sieged the shit out of it, man. That was the Most High, man.
Don't
give them judgment, man.
What you people are gonna understand is don't nothing move on this planet Earth without the say so of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
You see, before something happens, it was already ordained by the Most High. When a little kid get hit by a stray bullet, that was the Most High. An old lady get hit by a fucking bus, that's the Most High.
That's right.
Brother, I just watched the elder brother from South Carolina. He just did a video on how this whole family just got burned up in the damn house, man.
Right.
That was the Most High, man.
Right.
You see? Everything that moves on this planet Earth is all according to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Everything, man.
Right.
This snow falling right here, it was already ordained for it to snow today. From before the foundation of the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the way back then, it was already ordained for it to snow today, man.
And
Go
he
ahead, bro.
gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after tributaries being that they were paying,
Servants.
they were paying him
Taxes.
Paying
right.
tithes, man.
They're paying in their women, goats, their goods.
That's the same
silver.
thing. That's the
It's
same
the same thing as Guam and Puerto Rico, man.
That's-
You get to be called yourself, but you still subject to the Edomites in America, man.
And that's the same thing you heathen gonna be doing for us in the kingdom of heaven, man. You gonna
Right.
be our tributaries forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But Esau still doing this today.
Yeah,
You
we
know
still,
what I mean?
everybody's tributary to Esau. Everybody
Right.
paying
Con.
taxes and shit.
Right.
Esau is getting paid some form, shape, or fashion.
But this is where it
Jamaica too,
essentially
man. Haiti,
began.
all them.
Okay, so, and after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die, wherefore he called his servants and such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
Yup.
All right, and that's where you get Ptolemy, the
Seleucid
Seleucid Empire,
Seleucid, and
right?
His four generals, right?
Cassandra.
Con.
Cassandra,
Yup.
and
All the
to-
wicked ass
and-
Edomites.
Con.
All the wicked ass Edomites.
that all began to rule in the major nations of the earth at the time.
Yup. And
So-
they're still spread out all through these nations ruling.
Khan, still to this day.
Yep.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bared rule, every one of them in his place. And after his death, they put crowns upon themselves, and so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
You see that?
All right, coinciding with verse Job 9 and 24 and Revelation 13 and 7.
Yup,
And
that's
there
right.
came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus, the king, who had been hostage at Rome and reigned. Basically, he was a hostage to the Greeks, but here or there, man, that just gives you the beginning of when wickedness was spread throughout the earth, man.
So the question is this:
Who was that?
Who were the Greeks, man?
Right.
The Greeks were so-called white people. So it lets you know that when the so-called white people came in rulership as the Greeks, wickedness expanded in the earth, man. Wickedness multiplied in the earth when the so-called white man came in to rule, man.
Right.
Con. And they had stole the Grecian culture, man.
Yep.
They're not using new tactics, man. Because who was the original Greeks, man? It was the Japhites, correct? The fucking
Con.
Pacific Islander Samoans, man.
And then once
So they got their heritage took and shipped off to some fucking islands, and you took their land before you got to fuck with Jake, man.
And when the Grecian states began to weaken, Alexander's essential empire, that was when you had Rome actually take over the Grecian empire.
Con.
So they became
Tributaries under Rome.
tributaries under Rome,
But it was still Edomites.
but it was still Edomites in rulership. And that's where
That's the same shit going on today.
Right.
That's exactly
Esau,
the same shit.
America's in power. America is the modern day Rome, and everybody else is tributary
It's
unto
tributary
America.
into
man.
America.
Israel, I mean, you look at the small nations, even the Israelites. You look at the tribe of Benjamin, Jamaica, Haiti. You look at Puerto Rico, Guam, all that shit, man.
Right.
Everybody's tributary to you, man.
Because if you look at it, realistically, all that happened was the Edomites that were in rulership in the Grecian states, most of them just shifted over and became Romans, man. Antipater's seed didn't die out. It just continued through.
No seed died unless the Most High wanted to.
Right.
Well, I mean, look at it like this. Who has the veto vote in the UN, man? The United States, man. Simply put, man. Cut and dry, man. You rule, man.
These people are
And,
still
and just like
rulers.
Alexander, you set up the proxy governments. You let the people rule themselves, all under your guidelines, man.
Like,
It's nothing new under the sun.
Like, look at Netanyahu, shouldn't he?
Netanyahu, yeah,
In his situation,
That nigga should have been gone.
he should have been. This motherfucker should be in prison.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
crimes that he's committed in the world.
Espionage and fucking assassinations for hire using the IDF.
Bribe and all type of shit.
All
Right.
type of shit,
I
man.
mean, he like dirty. And
Yeah.
his term should be up already.
It's over. Billy Gantz is supposed to be the new prime minister of Israel, but this nigga, he won't let that power go, man.
Yeah.
And who can do that shit besides Esau?
Right. He's like, nah, bro. Like,
Hey,
you
but that's a
can't be the
typical
prime
Edomite
minister.
thing. Who else did this? Putin did the same exact thing, man.
Yeah, his term is essentially over too.
Well, no, he reconstructed the Constitution of Russia to be ruler for life, man.
Right.
Because he was scared of the Russian oligarchs and the mob.
Con.
Well, hey,
So Esau,
hey.
hey, man, we ain't just out here talking shit carnally minded, man. You use the same calling cards all throughout history, man.
Which is actually, to be honest, is the same thing Julius Caesar did. He induced actually taxes,
Con.
and then the taxes were made. They were supposed to only tax them for like wartime,
Con.
but then they just never stopped.
Con. Hey, well, look at us before 70 AD. Hey, did Yahushua not have to tell Israel, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, man?
Tributary.
And that Yahushua was tributary to you, man.
Captivity, just like we are now, man.
You know, and pursuing back to what we taught on earlier, man. So if Yahushua was tributary unto Caesar, man, what the fuck makes you Jakes think you guys can't be, you guys can get to be carnal and do what the fuck you want to do, man?
Did you, what was it that you wanted, brother?
I was just gonna have you grab that Obadiah 1 and 10 just to cut Esau a little bit more.
Did you already grab that, bro? Okay, good. I'll grab that for you.
Yeah, man. So this place will be destroyed, man. According to biblical prophecy, man. According to the spirit of Yahweh Shemel, this place is going down, man.
It is.
And the rulers of this place, the rulers of the world, Esau, Edom, has a great judgment coming, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's coming, man.
Hey, everybody got to pay for their sins, man. Yahweh said, hey, he will not all acquit the wicked, man. You know, and hey, there's nothing new under the sun, man. We've all been reincarnated, man. We've all continually paid for our sins, man. So what makes you fucking Babylonian Americans think that anything is different, man?
You ready for this one, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1 and 10, and it reads, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
You know, and the Most High even give you a reason why you guys are to be cut down, man.
What you done to the Israelites, man.
You know, and if you read the next verse, it says not only did you look on, but you were partakers, man. You know, and we've paid, man. Even the Savior of the universe, Yahweh Shai, was at one point a tributary to you fucking Edomites, man. You know, and with that, you know, I'm gonna let another brother have it, man.
You got it, man.
I'm just gonna keep rolling with the brother kind of had.
You gonna take the middle?
Yeah, let me slide that up real quick. Will the brother grab me Hosea 1 and 10, and brother, would you grab Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 3?
This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power.
And with that being said, man, you know, here in Great Babylon in America, if you are a Negro, Latino, or Native American, you are looked down upon as if, you know, basically you scum, man. Like you lower than the scum between the nigga toes, man. All right, and it's actually the total opposite, man. Us being the sons of Yahweh, all right, we're the chosen people, man. All right, the Most High has chosen us to be His people on the planet Earth, and you've been mistreating and putting down the Israelites for generation after generation, man. And y'all brothers feel free to jump in and sit over real quick.
You want me to grab that wisdom?
Go ahead, fire off what you got, brother.
This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. Zechariah 2 and 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. Let you know that the Israelites will be in captivity under the daughter of Babylon. When you go to Psalms 137, it tells you who the daughter of Babylon is, man.
That's
Esau,
right.
Edom. You
That's
see?
right.
Verse 8.
Go ahead, brother. No, go ahead, brother.
For thus saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants, and ye shall know that Yahweh of hosts have sent me.
That's right, man. And Esau, Edom, you will absolutely know that the Most High did this, man, because of all the bold trash talking that you've done, and all the stiff-necked ignorance that you've shown to the children of Israel, disrespecting and being ridiculous, man, and even for the 2/3, man, putting on a damn show all the time. All right, the Most High's gonna let them know in that day too that they nigga asses should have been over here with us, man.
Yep.
All right, ain't nobody gonna be exempt. Was there more on that, bro?
That was it, man.
Did you have a set, brother?
Yeah, I had to set some land back off of what y'all two just said, and I'm holding for you too.
Con. Would you grab me would you go to Baruch, brother? It's chapter 2. Should be chapter 2, like verse 29.
Can I grab the set for you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is Deuteronomy 7:6, and it says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto
right.
himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
That's right. So even though that we're in this low state, man, this lowly condition, we're still above all the other nations on the earth, man. Would you also slide down and read 28.
Con, I got you.
28, Deuteronomy 7 and 28.
Con, I got you.
You got another piece of 20.
All right, bro.
It stops at 26. Right?
Oh, okay. Come. So like, maybe I'm tripping. Deuteronomy 7. Oh, no. Go ahead. Nah, don't worry about it, bro. We'll look for it. I don't need to move that.
Is it 23? But the Lord shall deliver them unto thee.
Deuteronomy 32 and 7.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
32 and 7?
Yep.
I got you. I'll jump there.
Go ahead and get yours, bro. You know what I'm saying?
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, 17 and 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he said a ruler over every people, but Israel is Yahweh's portion. Whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline, gave him the laws, and giveth him the light of his love, and doth not forsake him.
We're not forsaken, man. So even though we're going through all this tribulation, all this suffering, and you know, essentially still have, you know, more to go through, because Jacob's trouble hasn't even begun to really hit home yet, man. You know, it hasn't even begun to really ring out into the streets yet. You know, it's taking place, but it hasn't, you know, completely gone full blown, where, you know, brothers can't even be in the streets yet.
Yeah, Salaki, if I may say, Amos 8 and 11, the famine of the word ain't hit yet, man. We're still doing the work. Oh, you want me to grab that?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Man. And we've been shown, man. The elders have shown us the way. They've given us the blueprint of how to conduct and act, and to how to forge our way through this world, man. Through Babylon the Great, where we deal with great judgment and temptation and walk amongst wolves, man. What you have, brother? You got something?
Yeah, real quick. Go ahead.
Still holding wisdom for you too.
This land back up with that point that brother just made. This is Romans 15 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Read that part what you just read again?
I got you.
Because it told us to look somewhere. He told us to ask somebody. Who he told us to ask?
It said, ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
So where do we look, man? The things that were written aforetime, the history, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The things that were written aforetime for our learning is the history, man. That's how we look back into our elders and our forefathers, man.
Elders and our forefathers.
You know?
By asking the Father, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, he'll reveal the truth unto you, man. If he dealing with you, bro.
Man.
Yeah, I'm over here suffering too, man.
Grab that brew for me, bro.
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 29. Yeah, that's what you wanted, right?
Yeah, like 29 through 35, but I'm gonna break it into different parts.
Baruch 2 and 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them.
And that's the case now, man. All right, you got Israelites are the largest amount of basically people or bloodline on the planet, man. There's more Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans than anybody else. But the fact is that there's only going to be a small amount of them that return to be part of that 1/3, man. That repent and return unto the Most High and take heed unto the judgments of the Most High. And the rest of the nation, the 2/3, which is a large amount of people, are going to suffer and die here in Babylon, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him, that smote them.
Con.
But
Hey.
shall, my bad.
No, that's a good one, bro. Go ahead.
But shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power.
Come.
For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness.
Con. So, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
What's that consumption decree, man? The remnant is going to return. That small number, but that assumption decree shall overflow in righteousness. What is that, man? 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans being cut the fuck off, man.
Right.
You know?
Cut off from the
Receiving
spirit.
that judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Con. Cut off from being able to receive mercy. Man, cut off from being able to be saved, man.
That
to,
have-
from
that
having
head-
salvation.
The hedge of protection, you will not have it,
To
man.
not have that angel around you, man. Essentially, most of the Israelites, man, you know, we all got that angel around you, but the elect, the
Got
angels ain't
angels
go,
that's protecting them.
Right.
2/3 got angels that's sitting
that's
ready
to
to
kill your
their
ass.
Yeah.
God, it's the difference. You know what I'm saying? That's damn.
Let me grab something real
That's
quick.
different. Go
Just to
ahead,
make,
bro.
make a point real quick. This is Psalms 34. Excuse me, it's getting kind of cold out this bit.
Man, yeah.
I got a little. I got something to just land back on the elect, man.
Got it.
Because they, like you said about the angels, man. This is 1 Corinthians 15. I'm gonna start at 52, and it said, or 51. Behold, I will show thee a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and the mortal must put on immortality.
Con, when we get them new bodies, man.
Yeah.
When you get that celestial body, you come back out of them chariots and descend upon these Edomites, man.
Yeah, and the main part
these
is
other
he
heathens.
said, hey, and not everybody appointed to die, man. Hey, there's angels that's protecting Jakes, and there's angels getting ready to fucking beam him right up to a chariot, man.
Con,
This is Psalms 34:7. The angel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them.
That's right, man. Hey, man, the Most High is with us, man. You know, Lord willing, man. Yahweh Ratazah, the Most High is always with us, man. You know, that spirit, keep that protective hedging. Because the moment that hedging is gone, man, your ass is subject to the ways of this world, and you gonna be gone, man. You know, if you can't call on the Most High, your ass is through.
Just look at Kobe, man.
Yeah, man. Shit. Look, you know,
It don't matter
when
the
his
millions,
ticket
man.
when his ticket was up, the Most High took his ass out.
Yeah. Hey, when the waiter come and ask for that check, man, you ain't running out of the Most High, man.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Zechariah 7:11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears, that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which Yahweh of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from Yahweh of hosts. Therefore it is come to pass that as he cried and they would not hear him. It's not. Let me read that one more time. Verse 13. Therefore it has come to pass that as he cried and they would not hear, so they cried and I would not hear. Saith Yahweh of hosts.
Man, because, you know, Israel's a stiff-necked ass people, man. You know, the Most High's not hearing you because we wasn't hearing the Most High. But then you got niggas who still, like we spoke about last week, man, asking why God, why? What has God done for me? This, that. Oh, I don't believe. Man, the Most High don't have to give a damn about you, man.
That's what I came to that realization when I first came into the truth.
Right.
I was like, Lord, show me a sign so I can follow you. And the Spirit said, man, the Most High don't owe you shit. He got to show you shit.
Right.
Either you gonna believe,
motherfucker.
yeah. It's either you gonna believe or you ain't gonna believe.
Right.
Man. That's what it come down to. Either you gonna believe or not.
Right.
If you don't believe, your ass gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
And that's something you have to come to grips with when you first come into this truth. But now the Most High is showing us signs that he is, man. His prophecies coming to pass. Everything written is coming to pass now, man. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing the things that we have been reading about come to pass right before our eyes, man.
Slaki, if I may say, the funny thing is, if you just believe like the Most High commands you to do, he'll open your eyes to the prophecy and see the sign, man.
And you can see it, man. That's why we always got constant videos coming out, because we see the prophecies happening and we're filtering these things through the scriptures, man. I got that Baruch for you.
Oh, Khan, go ahead, back to that.
So Baruch chapter 2 verse 29, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them.
Yep. And then read 32, bro.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
Khan, we're at that point now, man, where we've been in captivity for so long. We're in captivity in the UK. We're in captivity in Germany. We're in captivity.
Jake is captive.
Yeah,
Jake
Greece,
is captive there,
you know, Australia.
Germany, France, Romania, Transylvania.
Jake is subject everywhere, man.
That's a real place. I can guarantee you it's Jake's in Transylvania right now in captivity. You know what I'm saying?
Jump, brother, since you're there, would you jump to Baruch 4 and 6? And then 6? Yeah, and then 3 and 8 as well.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath. You were delivered unto your enemies.
Hey, man, so that we have to understand that it's our fault that we're in this condition. We were talking about that last week, too. We were sold to our enemies because we moved the Most High to wrath, man. So now we're scattered and in our enemy's land. We're behind enemy lines here, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him, and he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us.
So,
my bad.
I was just gonna say, so we can't sit here and be like, oh, why God, why? Oh, why, man?
We got the answers, man.
Why they kill Lil Pookie? You know, I ain't got no faith because of this reason, or I ain't got no faith because of this, or they kill. How can I take my grandma? Man, come on, man.
Because our disobedience, man.
Right. Because Pookie was a wicked ass nigga.
Yup. Verse Daniel 9 and 12, and he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Ain't nobody had it like our people, man. Ain't nobody been subjugated and beat down and destroyed. Our people are completely beat the fuck down, man.
Destroyed.
With
man.
no understanding. We fit the prophecy that it is Hosea 4 and 6 to the T, man. I lost without no type of knowledge, man. No understanding of who we are or where we came from, what we're here for. Nothing, man. Jake don't know nothing.
I gotta look.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us, yet may we not our prayer before Yahweh our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. That's the answer. That's the key to the answer, man.
And that's repenting, man. And that's speaking on what is it actually speaking on when it says the laws of Moses, according to the books of Moses. Speaking on those curses in Deuteronomy, man. They've come upon us because
we forsook the covenant,
man. And it's not too complicated to understand, but you niggas make it so damn hard, man.
They want to do everything else besides accept the fact that we were the fuck ups. We the one who went off, man.
There ain't no way, man. If there was a guy, he
wouldn't let this happen.
Right.
But hey, man, you have no understanding. That's why you saying shit like that.
You niggas is ignorant, man.
I just got two more verses.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 14. Therefore have Yahweh watched upon the evil and brought it upon us, for Yahweh our power is righteous in all his ways, which he doeth, for we obey not his voice.
That's right.
You see? That's why we were sold unto the nations, man. That's why we went into captivity. That's why people are getting their head constantly busted by Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because we disobeyed his voice, man.
That's right.
Verse 15, and now, O Yahweh our power, that has brought thy people forth out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, and has gotten thee renown, as this day we have sinned, we have done wickedly. We have sinned, we have done wickedly, man. You see? Let me read that 4 real quick, just to
go ahead.
Cement that. So Baruch 4 and 6, you were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies before our disobedience, man. It was us. It was us, man. You know? What else you had?
You read that down to 6?
Baruch 4 and 6. No, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what you
Con.
respect. Okay, con. Salakia.
Matter of fact, I can read verse 7. Matter of fact, I'll read verse 7.
Yeah, that's
For
fine.
ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. That was the first stipulation of the covenant, man. You shall have no other gods before me. I am Yahweh thy power. I'm a jealous power. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make any graven images of anything on the earth, anything in the heaven, anything in the sea, and you shall not bow yourself down unto them, man.
Con.
You see?
Con. Exactly. Cut it dry.
That's the first rule Jacob broke.
Did you grab that
Built the big ass
3 and
golden
8?
calf, man.
In Baruch still? I'm just kind of happy to jump around in Baruch.
Okay, I got Baruch 3 and 8.
Yeah, come on.
Baruch 3 and 8. That's fact. I'll start at 4.
Con, that's fine too.
Damn. That's a lot. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we got time, bro.
Yeah, we got time, bro. Go ahead.
Baruch 3 and 1. O Yahweh Almighty, God of Israel, the soul in anguish, the troubled spirit crieth unto thee. Hear, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and have mercy. For thou art merciful, and have pity upon us.
Have pity upon us, sorry, sinful nation, man.
God, because we have sinned before thee, for thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly.
God.
O Yahweh Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites,
That's right.
and of their children which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their power.
God.
For the which caused these plagues cleave unto us.
God.
Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time.
God, this is what it's about for us, man. You know, realistically, man. At the end of the day, what we're doing is calling for justice for the whole world, man. You know, people want to say that we
For our
preach
people first and foremost.
right. That people want to say that we preach hate speech and this and that and the next. Hey, man, what we preach is life. We preach life for Israel and life for the rest of the planet.
We're trying to get back into the graces of our power,
Right,
man.
right,
I was thinking about that shit the other day, man.
Right.
These heathen, man, fuck these heathen nations, man.
right.
They don't give a fuck about us, man.
Man, not even a little bit.
The elder Yahshua, man, he made a good point, man. All these fucking years that our people have been in this down trying to say, who the fuck came along and told us that we were the Israelites, man?
No.
It was our people who did, man.
Right.
Starting with our elder Abba Bivens, man. These fucking heathen nations don't give a damn about us, man. If it was up to them, we would stay in this dead state forever, man.
Correct.
We would stay in Babylon the Great, being fucking oppressed forever if it was up to these heathen nations, man.
Correct.
If it was up to Esau, Edom, we would never have the understanding that we were the Israelites, man.
Correct, not
These
ever.
motherfuckers don't care about us, man.
No.
So fuck them, man.
No.
So if they feel like we preaching hate, fuck them, man.
Right.
Because we're preaching the good news to our people, man. Because that's who it's only for, man.
That's right.
I mean, hey, you
Kingdom
just
is for
gotta think,
Israel, man.
why the fuck would another nation help you, man?
Right.
You're supposed to be a goddamn man your fucking self,
Think-
man.
think
Why
about
are you worried about if Amalek gonna come to your fucking rescue, dog? Like, that's the stupidest shit
Come.
you could do as a man.
Laying
That's
up,
going off, man. That's not a rulership mentality, man.
Laying up your treasure.
You don't need no fucking. Why would why would the heathen nation even tell you that you're an Israelite? That would just bring about their end sooner.
Having faith
It's about you as a man, man.
having faith in Egypt,
Remove
man.
that mo from your own eye, man. Seek thy own salvation, man.
I'm back in Baruch.
Calm, brother.
Baruch chapter 3,
Calm, 3 and 8. Or yeah, you were still
3 and 5. Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time.
That's right.
For thou art Yahweh our power,
That's right.
and thee, O Yahweh, will we praise. And for this cause, thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity.
right.
For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that have sinned before thee. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity,
That's right.
where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse,
That's right.
and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, our power.
And what Brother Red was super heavy, man. And that's why we're in this condition and in this state, man. We're here now for us fucking up, like the brother said, man.
Yup.
Like the brother made mention of so many times.
Yup.
All right, we remove for Israel removing themselves from the statutes, commandments, and the ways of their forefathers, hey man, the judgment was this, man. The judgment was to be strung out here in Babylon, man. Strung out on the Babylon juice, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Did you, bro? While this brother does that, you got that wisdom up? Yeah. Get that for me, bro.
This is...
Or, what? Yeah, that. What did I have you hold, Knock? I'm sorry.
You had me holding Wisdom of Solomon 1. You say you want me 3? 1 through 3?
Get Hosea for me, bro. I'm sorry. 1 and 10. Salah. Because I had this brother read Wisdom in Solomon 17 and 3, didn't I, at the beginning? No. Oh, okay, yeah, get that then. I'm Salah, bro. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure. 17 and 3.
I read 17 and 17.
Back in the pocket real quick. Salah. I just take my finger off. So
yeah, Salah, bro.
So,
I didn't want you to read something that I had already had this brother read. I thought I had to read it.
Yeah, man. So it's us, man. We were at fault, man. It tells you that in Hebrews 8, man. Finding fault with us, man. It was our fault that we're in this condition, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Jake. Go look at these movies, man. Look at what O'Dowd said, sir. You like? Do you think God? What Cain, grandfather said? What? Do you think God put you here to be killing one another? What O'Dowd said, man? Say truthfully, sir. I really don't think God give a fuck about us. Look at how we live around here, and why are our people living that way, man? Because they were disobedient to the Most High. He cast us down, man.
Right.
You see? It tells you what? Just wrong, wet facts, then kick. You see? Because the Most High gave us everything, and Jake got proud and thought they can do it without the Most High, man.
Right.
And now, as we can see, we ain't shit without Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man.
Just that word.
Yup.
Go ahead, brother. Get that for me.
this is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 1. Love, right?
17 and 3, bro.
17 and 3?
Yeah. It's all good.
17. This is Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 3. For while they were supposed to lie hid in the secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions.
That veil of darkness being thrown over the Israelites, man. Us being taken from that complete having understanding and being at peace with the Most High to being at enmity with the Most High. For the Most High having a wrath among us for the things that we was doing. Go ahead, bro.
For neither the corner that held them kept them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance.
Come on, man. And now you got Jake in this sad, sorry ass state, man. Us without the Most High equals negative, man. Bullshit. It equals what you see now, the state darkness, that you see.
Man.
Yeah, Jake's in darkness,
complete darkness, man.
And that's where you get that Hosea, like the scripture reads, Hosea 4 and 6.
Because the darkness, man, is being in this world without the truth, man. The light is the truth, man. You see? The light is the truth, and that's what we're walking in, man. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's not none of what we did. You see, the Most High blessed us and had mercy on us to allow us to come and do this work. You see, that's the beginning of His mercy, man, for allowing us to make our bodies a living sacrifice.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because He could have left us out there like a Floyd Mayweather, like a fucking Ice Cube or a Jay-Z, man.
Right.
These niggas got all the shit in the world, but they still in darkness, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Salaki, bro.
I have one for you.
Yeah, go ahead, get that.
This is Jeremiah, chapter 2 and 10. For pass over the isles of Chittim and sea, and send unto Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing. Have a nation change their gods, which are yet no gods? The Most High letting you know that the gods of the heathen nations are no gods.
That's right, man.
But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. Be astonished, O ye heavens, and at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. For my people have committed two evils. they have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
That's right, man. That's right. Go ahead, brother. Break that down.
Following in the ways of the heathen, man. The truth, the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the fountain of living waters, man. You see, the way of the Most High is immortality, man. You see, following anything other than the way of the Most High, it leads to death, man. And that's what 2/3 of our people have done, man. See, that's what we did before we came into this truth, man. You see, following in the ways of the Gentiles is the way of death, man. You see, especially for you Israelites, man, because you have been given a way separate from all other people, man. You have been given a covenant by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to be his people and to follow his ways, man. And when you depart from that, it leads to death. It leads to being in darkness, man. And that's what you see our people at right now, because they have departed and forsaken the fountain of living waters, man.
That's right. Would you go back to Baruch for me, brother, and just pick that back up at 31?
Baruch 2 or 31?
Yeah, or just get 30 again. Yeah, I'm gonna have you get that Proverbs in a minute, bro. Read to about 32, bro.
This is Baruch chapter 2
Pick that back up.
and 31.
You can start at 30.
I'm sorry, count. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am Yahweh their power. For I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
That's right.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
So that cuts that bullshit of being able to say that we could just call on whatever, man.
Yup.
All right, and now in our time of captivity, man, we're able to call upon the name of Yahweh, man. All right, we're able to call upon the name of Yahweh Shai, man. All right, to call out to the mediator to protect us, man.
So how the fuck you think you're gonna receive salvation by calling on any other name besides the name of the Most High, man?
That's right.
By saying you can call the Most High whatever you want to call him. How do you receive salvation from that, man? The Most High said we was gonna think upon His name, man. Is the name of the Most High your play yoga?
Right.
Niggas talking about the name of the Most High don't matter. They don't say that in the scriptures, man.
Nah,
they say that
nowhere, man.
They say that in the land of our captivity we was gonna think upon His name, man.
That's right.
You see?
Go ahead, brother, get that for me.
This is
Just hold on to that, but we'll still get it
Proverbs 18 and 10. Who causeth the righteous to go astray in an evil way? He shall fall himself into his own pit, but the upright shall have good things in possession.
Some more on that?
It's just rich.
Oh yeah.
The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that have understanding searcheth him out.
That's right, man. Hey, we searching out the Most High, man. We searching out the Most High and His name, man. Because in that day, when we need to call upon the Most High's name, like the brother was mentioning, we ain't gonna be. When we need to call upon the Most High's name, we're gonna be able to, man. You know, which is actually is a life-saving thing, man. It can be a life-saving thing. The simple fact that brothers is respecting and calling upon the name of Yahweh Shai and not calling upon, the name of Cesare or some other false god's name, man. All right. You had a set, bro?
Con. This is my bad. You was finished with that, bro?
Yep. Go ahead and read 12 too, bro.
When righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden.
That's right, man. And that man that's hidden right now is the most the wicked that been in power. They're trying to hide the fact that the Most High's name is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Simple and plain, man. They're trying to hide the fact that we're the Israelites, like
that we
brother
have the
was
truth.
mentioning. That we have the 100% truth. Go ahead, bro. Oh no, that's it on that, bro. Go ahead, Malaki.
This is Psalms 91 and 14. Because He has set His love upon me. Matter of fact, Psalms 91 and 14. Because He has set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him, and I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
Now what does that mean, man? That if you just calling on the name of whatever, if you just calling on your play little bit, that he's gonna sup with you, man? or if you're calling on some other name that you're going to be supped with. No, man, if you ain't got the 100% truth, if you're calling on, you know, just the name of Christ or just the name of, you know, Lord forbid that you're calling on Jesus or something like that, there's no power in them names, man. You're not getting, there's no benefit on calling on them names, man. And them names ain't going to save you in that day. You're going to be like, oh, geez, oh, geez, oh, geez. Ain't nothing gonna happen, man. He ain't gonna jump out of that picture and stop no type of missile or nothing. Stop no type of bullet, nothing. He ain't gonna stop you from getting ran through in your crib, none of that. Was there more on that, bro?
That was on Psalm 91 back in Baruch chapter 2.
Con.
So Baruch,
yeah, keep going on. Wait, did you get that Zephaniah, bro?
You said Zephaniah?
Yeah, 3 and 9.
I think I'm in Zechariah, bro.
Oh, Con, Salakia.
My bad.
Yeah, we'll pick back up as soon as this brother gets that.
I said it's snowing ain't even that cold, really.
Nah,
you know,
man.
It's been worse than this.
Yeah,
it's like a mild cold. It could be worse. You know,
could definitely be worse.
Spirit too. You know what I'm saying? You got it, bro? What you looking for?
I was looking for Zechariah. I'm in Nehemiah.
Zephaniah 3 and 9. Nehemiah.
Oh, you wanted Zephaniah?
Yeah, brother.
Oh, I thought you kept saying Zechariah.
Oh no, bro.
No, I had
you
Zephaniah.
Had Zephaniah?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make you move.
So,
I thought you said you had Zechariah. Salakia. But Khan, man.
I got Zechariah now.
You know, the name is important, man. That's something that is important when it comes to this truth. Having an understanding of what the name represents and is.
Which one is Zephaniah?
Yeah, Zephaniah 3 and 9. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Khan, go ahead and get that real quick, brother.
This is Zephaniah 3 and 9, right?
Yeah.
For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah to serve him with one consent.
That's right. And that's what we do. That's what we out here to do, man. To make our election sure, right? To teach the people the name, our people, more specifically, the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, who to call upon and when to call upon his name, man. Right?
Always.
To give that, God. To give that warning, to give that fair warning spoken of in Ezekiel, that to wash our hands, to wash the blood off of our hands, and do our service to our people, so that the Most High may find us worthy and we can get up out of here, man. All right. You know, that's the calling of all the men of Israel. You got one, brother? Grab. If you would grab Ezekiel 37:15. Read to about 19, and then whenever you get what you get, brother, is cool, and then you can pretty much read the rest of
look for that scripture when you praise the Most High, you can never go far enough.
Oh, con. Oh, Slak. Just was reading that too. It's not John.
No, that's in the Apocrypha.
I think it is Wisdom of Solomon. I need to get more of them, some new ones.
Yeah,
more bookmarkers
otherwise
be falling out.
Ezekiel, what?
37, bro. Ooh, shit.
Especially in this cold weather, bro. 38. So 37.
Yeah.
Where you want me to start?
I'm gonna let this brother, would you grab that 32, that Baruch 2 and 32?
Baruch 2 and 32.
And read the 33.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers which have sinned before Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah.
That's right. Now hit that 37 for me, brother.
This is Ezekiel 37 and verse 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions, that then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions.
Now, do you see how these prophecies have played out in the world, man? All right, we've had the pure language return. We've had the prophecies being written out. We now know the name, and we've written the names upon the stick that need to return, man. All right, those prophecies have been revealed. Those things have happened. So, can you see how that makes Captain Easy E, real nervous, man? All right, you can't stop these prophecies.
That he see this coming to pass, so now he knows that the destruction we prophesy about is coming to pass, that he's going into slavery, that's coming to pass, and eventually he's going to be eradicated from the earth, man. Eradicated, annihilated, exterminated, terminated, whatever you want to use.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to use. Go ahead, brother.
All the
Finish that out to about 19 there.
I stopped at 17.
Go ahead, man.
Verse 17, and join them one to another, one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and of the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them, Salak, them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
So you have that bringing together of the kingdoms, man. All right, which is happening all over the earth right now, man. You got the northern and southern kingdoms coming together and acknowledging their forefathers and acknowledging their ways, man, and the ways of their forefathers, man. And claiming their bloodline and their heritage as Israelites, man.
Right.
All right, all over the earth. Brother, go ahead and finish that Baruch out to 35.
Come on. Baruch 2 and 34.
Okay.
And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers. Woo! Hold on. Baruch 2 and 34.
Okay.
And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers.
An oath, man.
To their fathers.
Oath, man.
You know what I'm saying? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not the whole world, man.
That's right.
This is only for a specific seed line, man. The seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, who are being called by bywords, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. We are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Thus saith the Bible. You see? And they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them.
Just in those short few steps there, man, you get the entire description of what is going to go on with the nation of Israel, man. And Lord willing, we are a part of that number that gets to be included, that gets to pass through the fire, man, and go to the kingdom, because, man, it's going to be a beautiful thing. It'll be a beautiful thing to see this bullshit queendom that Esau done built up come down and fall away and fade away, and to pass through and get to the kingdom, man, would be beautiful, man. So, you know, your pa with that, that would be your pa, and, you know, I just let that slide, man. You go ahead and you got what you got, I'll slide over.
Let me get John 4 and 31 real quick. John 4 and 31. And let me get John 21 and 14. Because at the end of the day, we're here to do a job, man.
You just want to say John, right?
John 4 and 31. Because the thing is, man, we're here to do a job, man. We have been commissioned by Yahweh Shai to do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. This is our duty as men of Israel. This is our duty as tribemen of Israel, man. You see, and that's to do the work. So go ahead, bro.
See, you want John 4?
John 4. 4:31.
4:31. This is John 4,